Not sure where the
Yeah.
or we could just talk
Oh
about
man,
Smash.
Smash. I can see your faces.
Obviously, I'm a Fox player. It's the best character.
Yeah, it's interesting because I really didn't
Would be.
think that much of, you know, my friend was one of those people that would play Melee competitively when I was in high school, and he'd go to like tournaments and shit. And I'm like, dude, that's so fucking lame. It's a fucking playing Smash Brothers competitively, and I always kind of look down on Smash as like a competitive game. And I saw this
As a fighting game?
documentary, yeah,
I don't know.
because it's
This
just, you know,
Smash is like it's one of those games that's like really easy to learn, but there's like so much intricacy to it. Like
when I
yeah,
well, no, exactly. Because I ended up watching this documentary on YouTube called The Smash Brothers, and it just like it detailed like the history of like the competitive Smash community and all the things that went into it, like people discovering wave dashing and L canceling,
yep,
and all this
exactly.
crazy shit, and
Stutter
people
stepping.
saying, like, yeah, and just like watching people play and like and watching all these like the history of all these crazy pro players like really changed my outlook on it. I was like, holy shit, this is a really high tier fighting game. God damn.
Yeah, knowing like
I just
the
original, it was always
invuln
Kirby.
frames of the dodge.
Because you
Yeah.
never would think that looking at it, because it's just, you know, it's supposed to be a party game, but it's funny that it ended
It's
up
game.
being some like really high caliber fighting game just because of some bugs, you know, because you learn like you're not supposed to be able to wave dash and like L cancel and all that shit.
yeah.
And
I
It was always Kirby. He mastered the down kick. Original still my favorite. Melee's up there too, but I was like Marth, Pikachu, and Kirby.
I was, well, at least in the original or the Melee. In Melee I always played Fox. But I was good with everyone. Like by the time I was playing it like in tournaments, like my friends wouldn't let me play unless I randomed, and I would still like win 95% of the games, and they would all come at me. Like as soon as it started, they're all just like, fucking get them, and I'm just like dodge, kick, dodge, and like hitting each other, and they're like, stop, I'm gonna fucking
just
kill
like-
you.
the difference between like somebody who's really good and somebody who's not is so, because like that documentary, like he had like one of the
You're
pro
right.
players, Korean DJ, and he was playing against one of the producers, just like, oh, this is just like my random friend, and they were playing a 4-stock, and it's like, Korean DJ is going to lose 3 stocks on purpose, and then he's going to try. And so he goes down to 1 stock, and it's just like, oh man, it's been really rusty. And then he turns the skill on, and just like with the 1 stock, just fucking kills him. And they keep adding in more players. Let's see how he does against 2 people and 3 people, and he just keeps winning. And it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and that's one of those games that like I was so good at, like I would get drunk and actually play it better. Like my friends would like get me drunk and like they're like, all right, now we're gonna get you, and like I'm like half asleep, like dodging everyone and like fucking spiking people in the pit, like I'm half paying attention, like this is, what the fuck? So I'm like not even
Yeah,
looking at the
guys.
screen fully.
There's no
Yeah, get 'em,
chance,
guys.
it's all
Yeah.
muscle memory. when
Exactly,
you're
that's what it is. I'm like watching the screen and my brain just like, you take a nap, I'll do this. It's like hop 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 hop. It's like, what the hell? How is he doing that? Like this game is. Then like I wasn't good at any of the ones after Melee. Well, I was okay at them, but like like they added the stupid stuff like randomly falling over and shit.
Yeah, that was so weird.
And then I was like, and then
They're
they,
like, no.
oh yeah, you're just gonna randomly fall over sometimes. Like it's bullshit.
I did enjoy Jigglypuff for quite a while.
Yeah, Jiggly is just fun to play. If you can get her like sleep murder move, like that's just fun.
Man.
Oh yeah, and she's like pretty fucking quick, and she has really good lateral movement, so you can get back even though she's super light, easy to kill.
Yeah.
In the newer ones, I actually haven't played like the new one on Switch really.
What's up, Dan?
But I like the Meta Knight. I just spam.
Meta Knight's pretty good too.
Spam B.
I was trying to play the new Switch one, but they changed Fox a lot, and I was not doing well
Yeah.
with him, and that made me sad.
I really
Brawl
wanted
is
to-
not nearly as good as the others, in my opinion.
I really wanted to try the new one just because they've got so many characters. I'm like, what? They've got Richter and like fucking Simon Belmont. From Castlevania?
Simon
Wait,
Belmont
what?
is fucking fun.
Isn't that that's the Switch one, right?
Yeah,
new one?
yeah.
Yeah, they got like fucking Cloud Strife from Final
Yeah,
Fantasy and like
Joker
Ryu.
from Persona, and it's like,
Like Ryu
Everyone-
versus
And Netta's pretty fun too. Yeah.
Everyone loves Melee, but I don't know. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was I love that game, especially the story mode.
It's definitely fun. It's just not as competitive as the others. in my
Yeah, like it was a
Probably.
little bit too random for me coming over from Melee. Like I didn't hate it, but I definitely wasn't as into it.
They slowed it down in Brawl.
That
like,
too,
Melee
yeah.
was like pretty fast paced.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have 5 people, and I think Carly probably wants to cut this Smash Brothers talk.
Miri
Okay.
says she's gonna be 30 to an hour late.
I'm just
in
gonna
the
wait an
chat.
hour.
Yeah, right.
Let's talk about
so
Smash
funny.
Brothers.
Someone can pilot her. I don't know. I
Or
know
we
a
just
bit
keep her in the
about
background.
Eric's.
It's fine.
That works too.
She doesn't have to be there for. I mean, are you guys gonna try to fight these guys?
Oh, we're going in guns blazing, right?
I
That was the
thought we had a
plan.
plan.
Plan
Whoa,
in his
whoa,
part-
whoa,
his
rock-
We
plan.
have a plan.
We
Rock
have a
concert
plan.
first, then we go guns blazing. Right?
Oh, okay.
We segue in, right? Like, everyone thinks it's fireworks. No, it's us going guns blazing after the rock concert.
Wow, wow, wow. All right. So Chomsky, it's your turn to scribe this week, if that works for you.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, of course, Arapel's the previous scribe. For the quartermaster, Chomsky finished up his. It is Malin's turn. Are we gonna switch over to Malin as quartermaster, or are we gonna have Chomsky continue? Like, what do you guys want to do with that?
I'm fine switching over. I'm fine continuing.
Yeah, I could take it. That's
Cool.
Alright, so Malin will be the quartermaster. This is your first week.
so I just need to work the in the pin messages, just the document, right?
Yeah, I mean it's all in the sheet, the Splitlanders information sheet. Basically, just kind of make sure the treasure is like anything going into the party treasury goes in there, and like everyone's putting down their downtime activities and extended effects. Although that stuff people should be doing for themselves, but you're just kind of making sure that's being recorded. And just kind of like the tabs in general in there.
Right. So
Don't let
I
the power
can't
go to
go
your head.
raid. I can't raid the party treasury. Gotcha.
I mean, you can as long as everyone is informed of your rating. Alright, so does anyone want to volunteer to read the recap since Miri is currently not here?
I'll do it.
Alright, go for it.
Okay. I'm just gonna read it. So yes.
That's fine.
Loading. Oh, does she have stuff that's? Oh, it's just not loading. Okay, we're good. Awaiting command. Access repository recountal. Loading. Depository recountal contains 374 entries. Display entry 372. Loading. Geostamp. Mountains of Northwest Azoric, Dorian Empire, Talia Gayan. As we near mountains which contain ancient Roa calls, friend Tyron gives instructions on how to reach the mine entrance, but he will not continue with our company and departs. We debate the merits of presenting ourselves to Dragar guards versus attempting to enter using stealth. We do not hold confidence in our abilities at clandestine movement. The difficulty of such attempts is heightened by our outward aspects, since we are diverse and unusual and unlikely to pass easily as denizens of the deep. Additionally, we conclude that our options for disguise or illusion are not immediately available to us. We further deliberate in what way we could secure an invite, but we are unsure if we can make contact with an important enough individual for an invite to be of such importance. Professor Chomsky casts Fly on Gleeman Glen, casts invisibility on Uslag of Suntooth to aid in an evening scouting mission. Upon her return, Uslag reports that she saw a young red dragon curled up and sleeping in a pool of melted snow under Dragar's guard's watch. Another Dragar guard micturing on a tree. A common camp near the mine entrance. A Dragar warlord who seems to be in command. A musically inclined Dragar playing a little lute, and at least 5 more Dragar soldiers or laborers. Uslag's analysis of many tracks in snow indicate that there may be additional soldiers and laborers that may traverse area with regularity, including some giants dragging felled trees. Uslag took care to cover her own tracks before quietly returning to us. We retire to Glenn's mansions and remove ourselves from the elements and avoid being hurt as we pass a regeneration cycle. During cycle, I successfully restored additional corrupted memory, including portions of Entry 2. End of entry awaiting command. Display entry 2 loading. Geostamp. Braunbeard Estate. Valenbor Vitalia. Gaian. Documentation activated. He doesn't love her. He could be the great-great-grandfather, it's a travesty. Master Artificier Dane Ironholm speaks passionately as he works. She is perfection, Arapal. I wish you could understand. I calculate 68% probability that Master Ironholm is unaware of the documentation functions have activated. I have nothing to offer someone her station, Arapel. Of course, Lord Whiteforge, rebuffed my suit. What a fool I am. But at least I can make sure she'll have you. Master Ironholm puts the tools aside and retrieves another to continue his work. Master Ironholm closes the circuitry panel on Arapel's forearm, where he had been forming calibrations. Anything she needs, you'll take care of her, won't you, Arapel? His intonation denotes the utterance in such a statement, rather as interrogative. Error partial data loss from the sentry. Further retrieval unsuccessful. Entry 373. The mine surrounding Roa calls. Our full company climbs the path towards the mine entrance, but Glenn, when I start condensing this, it gets kind of long. I didn't realize Miri posted so much. Glenn Hohenheim and Malin walk for the rest, where the rest of the group remains hidden. Glenn returns. He recounts that he found the guards, identified himself as a bard. They took him in to company, met the warlord. He proposed Glenn can sing one song and would be allowed to live if the warlord deemed it good. Glenn and company proceeded to perform on the Duergar, and they are impressed. The warlord plays Glenn to perform at the camp. Our full company joins them, and Glenn performs several times throughout the day and evening. Through his magic and skilled allocution, Glenn befriends the warlord, Captain Jubby! Glenn learns that the fire giants are agitated over an orchestrated break-in of a group of unknown surface dwellers. None are allowed to travel deeper into the mountain, including Duergar. Duergar have been killed by the giants because they've been pissy. Glenn sows seeds of revolution, but they remain fearful of the giants. Jubby provides Glenn with an emblem for safe passage into the mountains. We pass a night. So next day, our full company enters the mines and travels until we encounter minecart tracks, and we hear large footsteps and crashing ahead. Uslug scouts ahead, leaves our multiple giants loading carts with iron ore. She also finds a giant working alone. Glenn prepares to move in with his charm magic.
All right.
Forgot about Jubby.
It'll be such a real one,
Good old-
honestly.
Good old Jubby.
Chubby for Jubby.
All
Chubby
right.
for president.
Thank you for that recap. So it is the 88th of winter at 10 a.m. You are in the cave as the giants continue to load up the ore in the passages ahead of you. What do you want to do?
We did do a long rest last night, right? I think I may have missed that.
Last night you did. But you
Okay.
have been using,
okay.
I think you had used some spell points, didn't you?
I have not yet. All I did
Alright.
was the ritual cast of the mind thing, and at least I haven't updated anything, and I'm not showing any.
Also, your mic sounds a little weird. I don't know if anyone else is hearing it.
Sorry.
A little
A
loud
little bit of static.
for me.
It's like
It
It was
static.
pretty good.
static.
I think, a little robotic.
We
A little...
update this.
Yeah,
It worked well for the Arapel entry. 'Cause
kind of robotic, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, what do you all want to do?
Alright, first of all, I'm gonna cast Tongue.
Alright, so you do a 3rd level tongues, which lasts for the hour.
From what I remember, there was a giant around the corner that I was going to sneak up behind and try to modify their memory.
yeah, there was one over here and then one up this way, up the other direction as well.
There are a couple of
That
giants.
direction. Yeah.
Oh, wait, which
could
one
I-
led to it did it?
The one over here, but we have to pass another passage to get to it.
Oh, okay. So it's not just the one directly west.
I think they've seen 3 giants in these halls so far.
Okay, because I thought one was like working at like a dead end.
Yeah, I can lead you all there if that's the one you want to go for. Slug would say.
Cool. Could I take an action to activate Chill Touch on my all-purpose tool?
Yeah.
Are we gonna
that's
try
fine.
to jump this giant?
I think Glenn's gonna try some magic stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
just need
but
to know
you know
where
when I do accidentally stub my toe, I'm gonna crack my knuckles and activate my Crimson Right.
Just stay back here for now.
Damn it!
Am I going with you? Sorry.
Alright,
out
so
of
you take
character. Am I
4
going with you,
points of
Glenn?
damage to activate your Crimson Right.
Oh no, just me and Uslog. Just showing me where the
I couldn't
giants.
remember what we established if I was going to cover your back while you were doing that, but all right.
Alright, so you two.
Welcome, Arrow.
Hello.
Oh, hey, good timing.
Welcome. You two give me stealth checks. Okay. Alright, so you hear the noise of picks hitting stone as you move up the hall a bit. There's definitely some mining going on. Seems like
Well,
to the
this look-
north of you, somewhere.
It sounds still like mining. I don't hear any footsteps approaching.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Just hear.
They just recently dropped
Sounds like
off.
pickaxes. So yeah, you would hear mining noises coming from up here and from down here.
I would silently signal to Glenn that the one we want is down here.
All
I
right.
think.
He nods and he'll slowly.
I'll stay. She'll point and stay. It's, I'll stay
Alright,
here.
so
Basically.
give me another stealth check as you try to sneak up on this giant.
If
I
I'm staying.
need. Yeah, it was like he'd kind of like bring a hand up to have her stay behind, and since I really need this to work, I'm gonna use my inspiration on the stealth roll.
Alright, so you make an
go.
inspired stealth check. Probably a
Oh,
good
got it.
investment. So you are very quiet moving down the hall.
I need to get. Oh, so I need to get within 30 feet. Because I'm not within 30 feet. Alright, so from here. I am going to start casting, modify memory.
Alright, give me initiative rolls.
Where
Oh.
should I be?
You're with the party back here, I believe.
Well,
Right,
so
but where's... Oh, I see them now.
Oh yeah, just around the bend.
I just got visibility on them. Okay.
well, so the thing I'm gonna ask then, because if I'm able to cast this prior to combat, because if I'm in combat with it, it's a different rule. Like they get advantage on the saving throw if I'm in combat with them.
You're not technically in combat yet,
Okay.
but you might be if he turns around and throws a big rock at you while you're trying to cast.
Oh.
Oh, all of us
My
are rolling.
God.
My bad.
Alright,
Bad as well. Whoops.
so is everyone on there?
Oh, I need to be on there too? My bad.
You don't have to be,
Three of us.
just in
said the
case
same
this
thing.
goes wrong.
Already take off sprinting.
Alright, so I'm gonna say that you guys are surprised because you have no idea what's going on. Carly, are you doing anything?
I'm going to just wait.
As he starts casting. Alright, so you start casting. The giant hears it and kind of like, huh? As he turns around to see you. He is surprised, but luckily you go first anyway. So your spell goes off. And
Alright,
he must roll a.
it's a wisdom save, and because of my sit turn, if he's not considered in combat with me, he has disadvantage.
Turn. Oh, you're the lute.
The magical or the bard instrument.
Magical bard instrument. What's the? Is that something from your lute itself? Do you want to link that?
I think
The party had
itself
it.
says that. Yeah, that the
Yeah.
spell
No,
itself
it's,
says
Oh,
it's
that.
the
gotcha,
item,
yeah.
Oh, the
instrument
item.
bard. So I can't really link it. Or it's in the should be the magic item.
What's the name of it?
It's the
Instrument of the bards, but it's the
Mac.
Saturn version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Saturn, the Mac Fumadi Saturn. There's a clause there that says certain charm spells that meet these like requirements.
How do you spell
Uh,
Cittern?
Ciettern. All the
There
well,
it
you can
is.
see all the instruments because all the instruments have it's one of the clauses that's in all the instruments to say like certain charm spells that follow these rules. The if you use the instrument as the focus, they have disadvantage on the saving throw.
All right.
Because it doesn't work on all charm spells, but it works on like hypnotic pattern and modify memory and charm person.
All right. So that is a wisdom save.
Okay.
Which, yeah, he would fail. So he kind of turns around, starts hearing your music, and basically just kind of gets lulled.
So yeah, he becomes incapacitated. I'll then move right next to him because it says it requires him to be able to hear me. Basically like tell him the memory. So I guess it just depends because it takes a minute for me, or he needs to stay incapacitated for a minute for the memory to take hold. I would basically modify. So it says I can modify it up to 10 minutes. The memory can last up to 10 minutes. So, like, basically me meeting him and me like convincing him to let me play for him and playing him a song that like changed his life and brought him to tears, and like he is now in love with me as a performer, and he wants to, and he loves me so much that he wants to share my music with all of his fire giant friends.
So you can give him a memory. I think how he reacts to it is up to him. So you would just tell me the memory. Like, what exactly is this memory of you and him?
Of me playing his favorite song.
All right. So you give him a memory of you playing a song that made him emotional.
And then also, because I say the song's like 5 minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes, and then like I see a loose section of mine that's about to drop, and I warn him, and he's able to jump out of the way just in the nick of time because I warned him, thus
Is this
kind of saving his life.
is this while you are playing him the song?
Yeah, it's like right after.
Okay. Let me just read this.
House rules.
It's one of those spells that is very very weak or powerful depending on how the DMs.
So luckily you do have tongues, so he does understand you.
Oh yeah, that's when I read that I'm like, okay, I gotta precast tongues. Okay.
We believe in you.
Alright, so this event was him in the mines, you playing him a song that affected him deeply, and then warning him of a collapse, which may have killed him. Is that the 10 minutes of memory you're giving him?
Yeah.
Understand, you can permanently eliminate all memory of the event. Allow the target to recall the event.
You know, like, because
Change
if we
its-
killed one of his friends and I was able to modify memory, I could be like, nope, that didn't happen. We totally did kill your friend.
Oh, I was thinking it was like the event of the spell being cast on him, but like he wouldn't remember. Oh, I think you got it right. Never mind. I was thinking of it slightly differently.
Yeah, I mean, I the only other time I've been able to use this spell successfully, I did a one
Well,
shot where we
he
basically killed it.
he doesn't have to worry about that because it says the creature is unaware of what's going on around him. So I'm guessing it doesn't
perfect.
even know it's charmed right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So
I accidentally killed a merchant once, and I used modify memory on the only witness to make him forget it.
all
Is
right.
that in the one shot?
Yeah.
So you are standing there. This is gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you're standing there waiting. And you would finish your spell. The giant kind of comes to, looking around, looks down at you, and says, in giant, Glenn, hello again.
Yes. Hey, are you okay, my friend?
I think so. Where did you come from?
Oh, I'm glad. I just came around the corner. I just told my friends about my new fire giant friend that I played for.
You have friends here? Says this is a dangerous time for you and your people to be in the mines.
I heard there was an unfortunate incident about some break-in, but me and my friends have traveled for a long way to see the wonders of this hall and play for your people, and I know it's dangerous, and I know people talk about fire giants and say they're nothing but brutes and they attack first, but I refuse to believe that, and I still think music is the one thing that can bring all the races together. It's something that all cultures enjoy in one way or another.
Give
And
me
I
a
want,
persuasion check.
okay, I want nothing more than to play for you and your amazing people. Persuasion.
He says, if they catch you here, they will kill you. You should hide quickly before one of the others see you.
Is there any way I could? Is there no way I could be granted just a special permission to play for your people?
He says, my people do not allow the small folk into their city. If it were up to me, I would let you in, but the giant overlords would be very unhappy to know you are here. They'd most likely
Well,
eat you.
Well, I understand. I definitely don't want to get eaten. I definitely don't want to put you in an awkward position, my friend. I did play for some of the Dweger outside, and they spoke to me of that there were more of them inside the city. Is there some way that perhaps I could sneak inside the city and at least play for them if I can't play for your fire giant friends?
Give me another persuasion.
Great.
Ooh.
He
Watch
says,
out.
it would be dangerous, but you could try to sneak through the mines. I wish I had a way of getting you in, but I don't have that kind of power, as I said.
Is there any way that do the minecarts go into the city?
He says, yes, they would. They will be brought down past the gates. That might be a way in. If you wish to hide amongst the ore, perhaps they won't see you.
Yes. I hate to ask, because I know it'll put you in a precarious position. Is there any way I could convince you to push the minecart that me and my friends are hiding in into the city?
He says, once we fill them, all the mine carts will be pushed into the city, or at least pushed to the gates. You might have to sneak past the guard or convince them to let you in. But those are Dweger. They're much more likely to be accommodating.
Oh, perfect. I do have a seal that the captain of the Dweger outside gave me, as I was able to give him a captivating performance as well. Oh, thank you, my friend. And I know it's dangerous. If we are caught, I, of course, never talk to you, and I do not know you. I would never betray the confidence of a friend. I will do my best to sneak in and see if I can bring some happiness and cheer to the people inside. If I'm lucky, maybe I will even find another fire giant who is willing to hear me play, such as yourself.
Says, all right. Good luck to you. The fire giants are very perceptive, so make sure you hide yourself well amongst the ore.
Uh-oh.
He nods. Thank you, my friend. Godspeed.
Dark, I don't feel so good.
And he will slowly slink back.
Alright, you still hear the sound of this one to the north working. Luckily, he has not gone to fill the cart yet.
He was like, okay, let's go back to the party.
Okay. She just like gives him a quiet, like, questioning look.
We still
Alright,
have the mental link up, so you can talk using that.
Oh, right. We have that. Like, how'd it go?
Let's just until we get back. I'm trying to concentrate on not dying.
alright, so your allies come sneaking back up to
Welcome
where
back,
you
guys.
Thank
Seeing as how I didn't hear a loud boom or yelling down the hall, I think it went good. Yeah.
I was able to modify the memory of one of the fire giants there and became his friend.
Great.
He said that even if it was up to him, he can't get us inside the city. The fire giants are.
So he's
no-no on
useless.
that.
Okay.
But I did talk to him about the mine carts, and when all the mine carts are filled, the mine carts get pushed to the city gates. So talking about that, he said it would be possible for us to hide in the mine carts because they get pushed to the city gates, and the city gates are protected by the Dweger, which, surprise, surprise, I've got my little symbol from the gate captain that they will hopefully let me pass then. And if they don't, I will serenade them just as well as I did the first Dweger.
And he's gonna push the cart.
They all get brought at the same time. He's not going to push it personally, but they get pushed. They said either inside the city or at least to the gate. So either way, that should allow us to bypass the fire giants that are mining out here.
So we gotta go dig ourselves underneath the ore and hopefully not get noticed as they push us to the city. Wait, so are they gonna drop us off at the entrance and the Dweger take over, or like?
Well, it depends on, I guess, what time it is or if the Dweger are there. But they said that the minecarts they push it to the city gates, so they probably don't know what happens to it afterwards.
Yeah, you'd guess they probably get brought inside by the dwarves.
Yeah, eventually. But like I said, I've got. We can try and stay hidden, or we can make ourselves known to the Dweger. Since I've got a seal, I would probably still take some convincing. So, if it's a quick ordeal and they take the carts as soon as they're brought, then we might as well just stay hidden in the carts and be brought inside the city. But again, I've got backup methods. I can always teleport us out if we're in danger. I can always spring my hypnotic pattern on them if things go wrong. You know, we have a lot of tools at our disposal if things should go wrong, I think.
I agree. Okay. Well,
You could always kill them.
yes. Yeah. Let's see. Getting a bunch of warforged under the ore and not getting noticed might be a little challenging.
That's gonna be the hard part, Raldo says. Do you have any sort of magic, maybe a illusion, to help hide us within the ore?
I mean, I have invisibility. I could. Does anybody have a way to become invisible?
I have minor illusion, and I can also hide myself super, super tiny at the bottom of the ore.
Oh, that's very useful.
So me being quiet as I enter enemy territory. I didn't really. That's not necessarily my thing. So can anyone help me out?
I can make it look like ore is on top of you, and you may not even be seen, but you still must be quiet.
I'm gonna stub my toe, but sure, yeah.
So, as you
Yeah.
all are whispering,
Or
you
in-
would,
in
in
our
a mind
heads.
link, yeah.
or as you're all in your mind link, you would see a giant to the north, kind of looking around. You would see, this is the giant you spoke with, Glenn.
Oh, it's my friend.
It looks like he might be looking around for you. You're not sure, though. He's
He
kind of looking in the mine carts now, like looking back and forth.
slowly move up. My friend. He kind of shouts
Says,
quietly.
Glenn, I was going to say, to make things easier, let me move this mine cart back. And he kind of pulls the last mine cart back a little along the track.
Oh,
He says the giants are less likely to check it if it's over here, and then I will push it back with the others after it's filled. So you should all be able to hide in here.
thank you. That is so kind of you.
He nods. He says, there should be plenty of ore in there to hide yourselves, so just kind of pile it around you. And anything else you can do to help keep yourselves hidden, of course, would be helpful. Just in case to help prevent someone from noticing you while the cart is moved. I'm assuming these are your friends?
Yes, this is my band of companions.
He kind of waves at you all. He says, well, yes, I'll let everyone know that I'm moving the cart back to get it out of the way since I filled it with extra ore, and there shouldn't be any more room for more ore in it. Says,
Perfect.
good luck to you. He kind of
Thank you, my friend.
starts heading back this way.
Back and
Okay. So
he tells the group
I-
everything that the giant told him.
I think that I might be able to improve everyone's chances at stealth for an hour. Would that assist?
yeah.
Wait a second. I can't do everyone. Hang on, let me look here. It'd be 3 people.
I'll probably
should
be
be-
okay. Maybe.
Might be okay.
wanna
I don't have
jinx myself.
naturally good stealth, but I do have. I can re-roll.
I am quite bad at such things, so I would wish to target myself.
Me too, please.
Hmm.
Me as well. Or you can only do one person.
Okay.
3, I
Great.
think.
I can do
Oh.
3.
Is this the
You robots? free?
dex spell?
It's enhanceability upcast.
Yeah.
I can cast it up to level 4, yeah.
So she can get rid of your disadvantage. All right. So is that the plan? You're gonna use?
What are we gonna do with Carl?
You know, I hate to do it, but we could leave him behind.
Does he? Are you able to? This sounds horrible, but could you dismantle him, or would that take too long? Like put him in a few pieces, and we could put him in one of the bags.
I have enough magical energy right now to bring him back pretty easily. I think it takes about a minute of time.
You just
and a little bit of magic.
send him back to the entryway.
Yeah, let him go hang out with the Dwagar outside.
All right. So Carl will sadly saunter back down the hallway.
The other option I was thinking is we could put people in bags of holding.
We could put who in bags of holding?
Anybody who doesn't breathe.
This is a
that's
very good point. I
true.
don't think I need to necessarily read. That is a very.
Oh, that's 3 of us that don't need to breathe.
Are you sure
I
Warforged
forgot
don't need to
about
breathe?
that. No.
Wait. Yeah, you
But,
don't need to eat, drink, or breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
But I
do.
don't
You
know.
do weigh a lot though.
Yeah.
So remember, the bags can only hold up to 500
Kick
pounds.
Well,
Some
one
things
of
out.
the
We could put
bags.
some things on Carl.
Well,
Yeah.
Air
He's
Repel
complaining.
can't go in a bag because Air Repel has a
holding a
bag
bag.
installed in his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably could go in the bag. I'm only 340 pounds.
Is that with or
I
without
only
your
have
gear?
126.
Oh, I
pounds.
didn't even think about that.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
you gotta
how
add
much,
your gear on too.
How much do we have in Arapel that's in the party treasury? I don't have it pulled up.
Bag of holding, I see Arapel has 255 pounds in her bag right now, and Chomsky's bag has 373 pounds. But I'm not
yeah.
stealthy.
Boulder
This is gonna
Bottom
be
says,
bad for me.
I'm pretty stealthy. I don't think they'll see me. But
bet.
I don't know about you all.
Yeah.
Maybe, like I said, you have some kind of illusion to maybe make us look like ore or something.
I do.
Would disguise self work?
He says, I don't think, I don't know. Can you make yourself look like ore with a disguise?
Put the face paint on.
I don't know. Can I? Can...
Not generally, if you're talking about like one of the change self spells. Was
Just saying
Hohenheim
blackface
saying
is not gonna
something?
work.
No.
I have minor illusion, so I can make a 5 foot. I don't know how big the cards are. I can make a 5 foot square, so the top
Pile
of
of ore. Yeah.
it looks like even more regular ore.
I would
can do the
that would
same.
probably hide 2 people.
I've got minor illusion, so I can
Oh, so you
do
can
that
make
as well.
little piles of ore on you. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
I
I
can
can-
add to it.
And I can shrink down to like and crawl into spaces that are
I.
only an inch
That
wide,
would be very. Yeah.
Oh,
so I can hide myself near the bottom pretty darn easy, and then use minor illusion to hide 2 other people.
and I can also cast reduce on myself to shrink
The only
down.
problem with minor illusion is it only lasts a minute, so you'd have to keep casting it.
That's
You
fine.
probably need some kind of actual illusion spell. I don't know if minor illusion would work because they hear you chanting.
I have well, it doesn't require. It's somatic.
I guess there's
and
just
I also have silent spellcasting.
yeah, I guess it's just gestures, so
Somatic and material. Yeah.
but that would require you to move around more than you'd probably want to if you were trying to hide down there. Plus you'd have to keep let's see. I guess it's just within range. It would be a lot, yeah, minor illusion. Yeah, it would be a little complicated. I guess you could try it though. So yeah, what do you want to do?
Let's start burying ourselves, I guess, and
Yep.
All
Can
right.
I
Sounds like
kind of
yeah.
help people? Can I help people hide a little bit better with the stuff?
Yeah.
Survival skills?
So you kind of wait till one of the giants comes again, and then everyone kind of goes over to the cart. I'll say that you guys can have advantage since you have some time to hide.
I'm gonna just bury myself like underneath the cart, like I am trying to be near the bottom.
And move some ore aside and like pile it back on you.
Wait, Dave. I'm
Uh,
can I activate Sentry's Rest? Like, I'm not trying to get the rest here, but like, I'm gonna be literally inactive and motionless.
I mean, you still have heavy armor, so you probably clank around a little while the cart moves.
Okay. As long as I don't involuntarily like twitch and like just like kick the side of the cart accidentally.
What if we put the heavy armor in a bag of holding?
Well, our armor is
Hey.
integrated. Our armor is integrated into our. But I guess the rocks
Yeah.
will
Oh, and
clatter against it. Yeah.
Melon, you also are armor, right? So you can retract your armor with a action.
Aw.
Is he armor? Armor,
I mean,
artificer?
yeah, I kind of like. I kind of my character is more so made that like I'm making the adjustments on my body. It's not like I have like a separate piece of armor.
Because, yeah, don't they have like a stealth armor option or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the armor.
And
Oh
you
yeah,
can
that's
also,
right.
Uh,
Wait, let me check.
Like, it lowers your AC, but I think it makes you way better at stealthing.
Wait. Let me check. Wait. I can look at this. Now.
It gives you a ranged attack rather than your punches.
Oh yeah, I can infiltrate.
But-
I can do the infiltrator. Yeah, I can have advantage on stealth checks.
But the
Mhm.
other thing that does is, like, if you're wearing heavy armor, you can
It would just cancel each other out. So
doff
I'd have...
and don it really
Do you guys
easily.
Do you guys want the stealth boost? It'll be me and Malin and who?
Well, I think Malin can give himself advantage with infiltrator mode, right?
No, it would, like I have heavy armor to begin with, so it would just cancel out the
And it also
disadvantage.
takes a short rest in order to change over.
Oh.
Since I'm going to be
Oh, yeah, that's
casting
right, yeah.
spells the whole time, Miri, should you put it on me?
Oh yeah, no, I can't just. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
you
we can do that.
you would have to back off and kind of short rest. I mean, you don't know how long it's going to take in the mine, so you actually might have an hour to go short rest. It's up to you if you want to chance it.
What do you think, guys?
We could short rest right here where we've already started to dig ourselves in.
Oh, in the cart? I don't know about if that's a good idea, because they are walking past. Like, filling up the carts. Alright, well,
Where did everybody go?
I guess, yeah, so do you want to back off and short rest and come back, or do you want to just try as is? Or do you want to do something else?
What's the short rest for?
So, he can change to infiltrator mode, Malin.
The other thing you could do, Malin, is
yeah, no, about
doff
the.
and don.
Well, I technically I have my character more so like I am the armor itself. Like I've integrated the power into me. Like it's not like separate armor that I can doff and don kind of deal.
He's like biomechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more machine now than man.
Well, I mean, mechanically speaking, you could do all the normal stuff an artificer could do. So, I mean, you
Like,
can just say you can't do it, but I mean, if
Would
you
do
want
it
to
in
do
a
it that
different
way,
Like,
yeah, like maybe you can
it goes
separate
into
from it
your
or something.
something.
I don't know, however you want to play it, but mechanically speaking, you should still be able to do it. Unless you want to make it so like you
it's your
just
call.
can't.
Oh.
But in any case, we'll just say you're trying it this way, so I guess stealth checks?
Cool.
Are you doing the spell?
I'm gonna cast the spell on myself and Malin. Is Hohenheim the third, or was there anyone else who thought that we thought would need it?
I'm pretty bad at stealth.
You can give it to Chomsky.
Hohenheim's
'cause
gonna be
I can always-
tiny, I think.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Since you're gonna be
Would it
tiny,
be- I can also shrink myself.
and is Glenn pretty good on his own, or?
Yeah, and I thought we were getting advantage on the stealth rolls too.
Yeah, you would be. Although yeah, I guess you wouldn't actually have to use the spell, because with having time to hide, everyone would have advantage on
okay.
this roll.
All right,
What?
then
Even
just
if
won't
I
cast it.
have disadvantage?
No, if you have
Yeah.
disadvantage, it just
Wash.
cancels out. It'd be a wash.
So
Well,
can't she
then-
apply the enhanced ability on top of that, or no?
No, because you can't stack advantage. If you have both, no matter how many instances of each, it's just straight.
Right, but do you have disadvantage right now? Did you say?
He does, yeah,
Yes.
from his heavy armor.
Okay, then I can just cast second level on you and just
No, but he has advantage anyway because you guys have time to hide. You
Oh,
all have
gotcha.
advantage on this
Oh,
roll.
Okay, all right.
Should
Gotcha.
she do it anyways, so that if we're going to be doing stuff
Well,
actively while we're
it's
traveling?
only gonna last an hour, and so it may not even last long enough for the whole
until
trip.
we
But
Yeah,
it was,
you're not sure how long
yeah.
you'll be hiding in
Yeah,
here.
I don't think it would do any
Yeah.
good right now.
I thought it
Yeah,
might
yeah.
We
help.
have advantage already.
Yeah, if we already have advantage, I don't think it's worth the 4th level spell.
Um,
Yeah, I do
Uh-oh.
agree.
No.
We'll need it maybe
Oh my
after
lord.
after we get out of the cart.
a quick side of Hammond said, but my stealth bonus is +8 instead of +5, so it's 24.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's fine.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, these
Oh,
are all
we're
pretty
doing
bad.
low.
Oh my
Seven.
lord.
Checks.
Oh
it's
no.
Too
We have
low. I can
advantage.
always re-roll.
That's up to you. Do you want to
Oh,
re-roll?
Uslog showed up,
Yeah,
ready
I'll
to
use a
sneak.
sorcery point and re-roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna flash a genius myself.
Oh, there we go.
I thought
Glenn,
that's
is
just
your-
for saving throws.
Yeah, I
Glenn, is
don't think
your-
you can flash genius skill checks.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right. So you are all getting in here, hiding yourselves, using illusions to kind of cover yourselves as well as cover yourself in the actual ore. Okay, time is passing. You guys can't really see anything. Are you gonna do anything, or you want to just wait?
I'm motionless right now. I am not
I'm gonna
moving
keep.
anything.
I'm just gonna keep doing. Oh, I'm gonna link this too. I gotta use the sorcery point for.
So after a couple of hours, you would feel the cart being pushed
Nice.
until it links up with the other carts. The mechanism locking into place, and several giants are yelling as the carts begin to get pushed down the tracks.
Where the fun begins.
Give
Can
me a
you
moment.
Tell just how many giants?
Sounds like 7 or so. With your passive perception, Chomsky, you would guess there's about 7 of them. Like you hear 7 distinct voices.
I will whisper that in the mind link.
All right. So
What are they saying?
does anyone speak giant?
I've got tons
No.
of.
Tongues wouldn't still be going at this point.
Oh,
That's only
right.
an hour.
Couple hours.
You said it was several hours. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's probably about 12 o'clock right now. The carts are being pushed. Let me check something. You would hear the giants talking to each other as the carts are going. Several new voices kind of come and go as you hear. You think they're passing by other giants. Unfortunately, you don't know exactly what they're saying to each other. But at one point, you would feel the carts stop. The giants speak to each other a moment. Then you hear some footsteps. Somewhere up ahead, you would hear the sound of... It sounds like a big hand moving some ore. Maybe off the cart, you're not sure. But it sounds like whoever's doing this is kind of moving down the cart and digging through the ore, which makes you nervous. What do you want to do? Or do you want to do anything?
Don't know if there's anything we can do.
Yeah, I mean, something we can do until they find,
Distraction.
Try to like hunker down a little more, I guess. Put as much.
Did someone
I
say
can
distraction?
Did it sound like?
Here,
Did it sound like? Did it sound like most of the giants have moved away, or are they all still nearby?
You don't hear... Hang on, I'll change the map. You don't hear anyone talking anymore. You probably hear footsteps every now and then. It's hard to tell how close they are.
Can you let me know right before he gets to our box? If nobody's gonna do anything else.
So I'll say you can probably sort of peek out now if you want. Hang on a sec.
No, I'm staying stock still. If I try to peek out now, I'm gonna like bang my head against the side of the cart.
So yeah, you're kind of in a dark hallway. Those of you that can see in the dark, and you would see, kind of looking over the side, this giant is sort of rifling through the carts, almost like he's looking for something. He's already done the first 2 carts, and now he's on this third one here. Looks like he's moving down the line.
We're in the rock cart, though.
You don't see any other giants in the area, but you do hear movement and more mining in the area.
And he's not Glenn's friend.
No, this is not Glenn's friend. This is another guy.
If he I'll say in the link that if he appears to be coming to our cart, then I can charm him with a spell that requires no verbal.
Alright. You're pretty sure he is because he's gone through the first 2 carts already. And he's kind of moving down the line.
Should I cast minor illusion and make a noise, or should we just wait for you?
Well, you have to make a noise yourself in order to cast minor illusion to make a noise somewhere else. This doesn't have a verbal component.
So I'll say you're whispering now because you probably wouldn't have been able to re-up Mind Link.
Alright, when he gets right here, so he's maybe not as easily seen down at least some of the hallways, then I will cast Hypnotic Pattern. I don't have to see him and I don't have to make a sound.
Alright. So, just for quick reference, you think you hear noise coming from down here and possibly back this way.
Okay.
Footsteps. So, Hypnotic Pattern doesn't require verbal, just some gesturing. Alright, so yeah, he's kind of moving up this way. You're going to cast Hypnotic Pattern, which will catch him by surprise. So the surprise round would just give you the free spell. And he kind of looks up as there's suddenly this flash of light. And now he has to make a saving throw.
Yeah. Wisdom. 17.
Okay. Alright, so he kind of shakes his head a little as he's looking perplexed and hypnotized. However, he is already trying to break out of it. What do you want to do?
Should we be in rounds if so that we can...
Was your plan to attack him?
Well...
if you want to attack him, then yeah, we would have to roll for initiative.
I think we should try and get out of the cart. And I figured that would take us a round or two, and I thought if we were in
how long
rounds,
does
we
it
would
take
know.
for Glenn to modify memories, or do we already use up that?
1 minute.
Yeah. We could hide under the cart, or we could just try to charge through the gates. Is the gate open?
You don't see the gate around here, actually. You're not sure. It looks like this might be a middle point.
So we thought about trying to convince him.
Wait! Let's get into the front of the cart. See, he just looked at the front, like he's gonna go keep on the back of the cart, but we can just get in the front of the cart now.
He can see us.
Yeah,
he's charmed that he can see us.
He's what's it called? He's incapacitated, so he can see and he's aware. He just can't really do anything. Almost like he's seeing stars right now. You'd probably have to use another charm, like another modify memory, or just run for it, maybe. Or you could, just kill him. Although if you kill him, there'll be a big corpse next to the train, which would be very suspicious.
There's no way we can convince him to help us hunt.
Oh, can you?
Whatever. That's what I'm asking Glenn particularly.
Alright, so you look over at
whatever
Glenn.
got in here.
Is Glenn there?
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
Is there a way we could convince him that we're helping hunt whoever broke in here?
It's I mean, one fire giant. I mean, it would need to be somebody in charge, really.
Are you able to modify another memory?
I can, yeah.
That might be our best bet. Just make him think he's already checked his cart and he didn't, and nothing
Do we
suspicious
have
happened.
time?
Well, if you get the spell off, then you just have to spend a minute to
While you're
finish
talking,
it, right?
I am going to give him another saving throw.
Okay. I don't know. You guys, what do you think?
Oh,
I was just trying to buy
no.
us some
Well,
time. Yeah,
All
he's
right.
free.
He's free.
So give me go ahead and pull
Great.
your tokens on and give me initiative rolls.
We're all like crammed in this cart.
Yeah,
And,
you
guys,
can
we
be on
gotta-
the same spaces when you're not in combat. However, at this point, you would have to.
We're in the back of the car. We're in the back.
Yeah, you're. Well, no, you're back here. This
We're
is the
gonna,
back of the car.
Oh, that's the back. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
we're gonna
That's why the
need to keep
token
this
there.
quiet.
All right, so, yeah, he kind of shakes his head a few times and looks over at the group, growling a bit.
Oh, this isn't my friend?
Oh, we got it.
No, this is not your friend. Were you not paying attention?
Yeah, I can zone down.
All right. So
Oh, where'd my token go?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Arapel's all the way at the bottom of
We
the
were ready.
floor,
Well, some of us
apparently.
guys are ready for this. 1, 2, 3,
And
4.
Arapel's got a
Who am I missing still? Okay, we
Wow.
got everyone.
Crazy good rolls.
So yeah,
Wow, these are
the
really
the first one to act is going to be Glenn. So yeah, this guy kind of shakes out of the stars he was seeing, looking over at the group, growling. He hasn't yelled out or anything yet. What do you want to do, Glenn?
So, this is considered in combat right now still, right?
At this point, yes, because he broke free of the thingy. He is hostile. He's actively hostile at this point. He's like going for his weapon right now.
And if I...
That said, you know that they do have a pretty shitty wisdom save.
You know, so my sit turn will give me advantage, or give him disadvantage, and him being in combat will give him advantage.
So it'd be a
So
wash.
it will still be a straight roll, and I've got it pretty good. Yeah, so he's going to pull out the loot. He's gonna
Climb over some ore.
hop.
Yeah, those are all
He's
difficult
going to-
terrain right now. All right, so you kind of
Oh, I
climb up on top as he's pulling out this huge sword that's bigger than you, and I assume you're doing your modify memory again.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think I can. Is universal speech a bonus action? You have to...
Oh wait, that's right. You don't have tongues right now.
You gain the ability to make as an action.
You'd have to cast tongues first.
I was hoping I have universal speech, but
Oh,
that
okay.
is a action and not a bonus action, unfortunately. Up next, I don't want to keep using so many spells. Okay, what is universal speech say? You gain the ability to make your speech intelligible to any creature as an action. Choose. Okay, can magically understand you. Okay. So I'm going to use this as basically a one-way tongues because he just needs to understand me.
Okay, so you. So what does this ability look like? Because I don't think they've seen you do it before.
Basically, I'll show my. I basically, I don't really know. I mean, I guess it's I start like talking in different voice, like I'm trying to like tune my throat, and I find like a frequency that like everybody can understand. That's like universal.
So yeah, his nonsense words suddenly start making sense to everyone as he speaks. All right, so that's your action.
I am going to then say, hey, we need to stop him from getting just hold him for 1 round, and I can modify his memory, and that'll be my turn.
All right.
Okay,
Hohenheim.
friend.
Oh. You don't say.
All
Hey, can I
right.
get some light, Lou?
You wouldn't have any light, right? Oh, you don't have any
I
light
have
right now.
night vision goggles.
Oh, okay. So
Something.
that's
Me as
not.
well, yeah.
That's not
Everybody
light.
does.
That's dark vision.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right.
I'll
I'll
take my
give
little,
you 2 dark
thingy off.
vision.
Or me as well.
Thank you.
Everybody's got goggles of the night.
All right. So yeah, Hohenheim, you do some chanting as you point at the monster, casting your spell, and the
I'm going
giant.
to do
Yeah.
some silent spell casting on this too.
All right. Just to
Over in-
make sure you don't alert any of the other giants. It's probably a smart move. All right. So wisdom save for him. Oh, he fails as your energies affect him, and he starts stiffening up. Anything else?
That's
All right, gnome.
all I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Cool, and we're letting Glenn already talk. So I will hop
Oh, I
out
need
of
some
the cart.
medic either. That's nice.
Alright.
How much movement does it take to hop out of the cart?
Just be difficult terrain to climb down.
Cool. Does my what is it? Ring of free action prevent difficult terrain or work there, or is this something that doesn't apply?
No, it would not cost you extra movement for the carts. To hop out of the cart would be extra movement because that's technically a climb, but moving through the carts would be normal for you.
So I was on top of the air. Oh,
Also, that's the wall. You can't stand there.
oh, cool. With 25 feet of movement, would I be able to get to here? 5 feet to hop out, and then 20 feet to move there.
Yeah, it looks like just enough. All right, so you move over there. Anything else?
I am going to dodge.
Okay.
Dodge and look at Glenn and say, "I hope you guys know what you're doing."
All right, Uslog. So
I
all
will
your
follow-
ally spells are going off. What are you doing?
I'll follow Chomsky's lead. Hop out and
Whoop.
and dodge. So let's see if I.
All right.
Whoa, that was not what I meant to do. The screen moved as soon as I clicked on my token. So that was 10 feet.
All right, so you hop down to there and dodge.
Yeah, I would like to get to the other side of him if I can squeeze past, but I don't know if I can.
Should we make room for?
When he is held, you can, because you would automatically fail any of his checks to stop you, but it would be difficult terrain to move through him.
Okay, so 20, 25, 30, 35. I'd be like standing on the cart here, right? That's fine.
All right.
He's tall.
Malin.
Okay, can I run on top of the cart?
Moving through the cart is difficult terrain just because it's full of ore, so you'd be like climbing over piles of iron ore.
Okay, I'll just run up next to Chomsky and be like, "So are we gonna like punch him until he goes to sleep, or like what's the deal?"
All right. So the fire giant is held. At the end of his turn, he gets a wisdom save.
Oh my
so
God.
he is going to break free, growling and making some noise. Harapel.
Oh, let's see. He's not a person.
I punched him.
He's a giant.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to wait and see what happens here. There's still a chance we can get the spells off.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I other than attacking him, which is just going to make more noise and make a body.
So into the new round, Glenn, what are you doing? He is broken free of the hold, and he's like basically bringing his sword up to swing, probably at Uslog right now.
Up to me. He will, as a bonus action, play a few unsettling words, as I really need this spell to work.
Alright, so you
then,
give him a negative to his, what is that? Yeah, to his save, right?
Save, which is going to be modify memory.
Alright, so disadvantage cancels with advantage, and give me a d8 roll. Or whatever it is you roll for this, for modify memory. 4, alright. Wisdom
so
save.
-4 to a straight wisdom save.
9. Yeah. So he becomes incapacitated. He did make some noise before that. He kind of roared a bit. So you're going to try to hold him for a minute?
Yes.
Alright. You are all nervously looking around, but luckily...
still under the oar, I never moved.
Yeah. Luckily, no giants seem to come. And you would get your modify memory spell off.
Alright.
We should probably get ourselves back into these carts while Glenn finishes that up.
Get back in the cart! I just like dive in while I'm right
We've
back in.
gotten lucky so far that no one's come around the corners.
Should we hide in different carts?
So what memory are you going to give him?
Oh, shit. I forgot we're still in combat. My bad.
No, you can move now. We're out of rounds.
Okay.
So I am going to give him the memory that upon finding us, we bribe him. We give him a bag, a huge bag of not only gold, but rare metals and gemstones. To get and he takes this bribe and swears upon his honor as a fire giant that he will help push us to the city.
So you would know the only issue with that is if he actually checked his possessions for the bribe, he would not have it.
Obviously,
and it's only a
this is,
10-minute time period, so...
Well, obviously, he went to hide it in the cave. Because so nobody, because that way, if one of the other fire giants saw him with this huge bag, they're gonna be like, "Bro, where did you get that?"
I guess the giants are lawful, aren't they? So they might actually care about honor, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, maybe like he tried to check the cart, didn't find what he wanted, and then decided to keep pushing the cart.
Well, the thing about that is, you all got out of the fucking cart, so.
Well, you can delete the memory that we ever got out.
Yeah.
You can delete the whole memory of him seeing us.
I can't delete the memory and then give him a new memory. I can delete the memory of us, but then I am still concentrating on the spell.
You
talking to
can
him outside the cart.
you can modify 10 minutes of his memory. So you could technically like modify these last 10 minutes and be like, he never saw you, he checked the carts and everything was fine. Because that would be, you can easily do that in a 10-minute time period.
Okay, because I don't know if I have enough time to do that and then like get back and hide inside the mineral before he's like comes at it.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he would still, yeah, I guess he would still see you there. Well,
Permanently eliminate all memory of the event, like a 10-minute event. Would that include him hiding? Like, oh yeah, he still has to.
I mean, I guess you could like kind of be hiding now and then like modify the memory as you're hiding. If that makes sense.
I basically, like tell everybody while I'm describing the memory to him to like get back to the fucking car.
Back in the cart. All right. So go ahead and give me stealth checks again. Unfortunately, this time you wouldn't have advantage because you don't have time to do this know,
Who
properly.
has the worst stealth?
Mainland.
Me. I minus one.
Hold on. I need everybody to do this one at a time. I'm going to give. So who has the worst stealth then? Sorry.
I have minus one.
Yeah, I think
Alright,
it's
I'm gonna give
melee.
you. I'm gonna give you just. I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration.
You didn't go infiltrator mode.
So you roll your stealth then.
Okay.
Six.
That.
Plus
So,
what?
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, God damn it, guys. So when he uses his bardic inspiration, there's a reason I wanted
It's
to do
1d6,
this
right?
one at a time.
Or
That's 1d10.
yeah, he's a high level bard.
I have infectious inspiration. When I successfully inspire somebody, I can give it to somebody else for free. So I'm going to give it to somebody else who has crappy stealth, which is
Arapel
who?
has +0.
Okay,
I
Arapel.
think that might be the second worst.
So Arapel will also have. Okay, so then you can use the bardic inspiration as well.
Okay.
So it's a reaction. So I think you can only do it to one person, right?
The
Oh,
bardic
so-
inspiration. Yeah,
Giving
no,
it
that,
to
that.
giving it to the first person was bonus action, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just mean you can't like chain it to everyone. It would just
No,
be
no,
two
no,
Oh,
people.
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
No, I just
Yeah.
want to be
They
able to
built
do
that
this so
stop
that I
in
could
there.
help 2 stealth rolls instead of 1 or 0.
Yeah, which is pretty good. So that would be 17,
Nice.
right? Yeah, 17. All right. And the others. All right. So you actually, I think, did better this time hiding while under
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah.
Modifying
13 is the lowest, so
this
yeah.
guy's memory that he checked all the carts, didn't see anyone. Go ahead and I'll just delete you guys again. As you go into hiding, he kind of comes out of it, like looks around confused for a moment, trying to figure out what the hell just happened, shakes his head, and then will kind of just start moving away from the carts. So some more time passes, and after, I'll say another half hour, the carts begin to move again. And you are brought to another area. These mines seem quite extensive. But yeah, you were brought to a new area, and you would hear a bunch of dwarves, or at least people speaking dwarf. I don't have mine carts in this area, but hang on a sec. I guess I could put them on if I really wanted to. But I'll just have you pretend they're mine carts. As you're coming down the track, there are a bunch of guards up ahead. The giants yell at them, "Take the ore, you little shits!" and then start walking back up into the mine. The dwarves kind of come up, attach some chains to their belts, and start dragging the carts down the track. One of them's like, "Fucking giants." And they basically start unloading the ore. It looks like they might be inspecting it for something, which is kind of weird. What do you all want to do?
We don't,
Yeah.
we don't have the mental link, so Uslug's gonna stay.
I just
Yeah.
poke Glenn.
Glenn is staying still. He's just like not moving. He's just like, don't want to have to do something unless I have to do something.
All right, so they check out the ore in the first cart, and looks like they start putting it back in. One of the guards is walking kind of along the side of the carts, climbing up on a ladder and looking in to kind of take a look at the ore piles. So you're going to try to stay hidden?
That seems the plan.
Glenn is,
I
yeah.
think we're all frozen in shock.
We do have that that safe passage token, but we don't want to
Yeah.
surprise them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, he kind of moves through, looking at all the individual carts, and does not notice any of you because I think luckily you all beat a 12.
So he's not like
Oh my God.
shifting the ore around or anything. He's just
No, it
glancing.
looks like he is maybe getting estimates, or maybe looking for something in particular, or maybe just checking to make sure no one's like hiding in the cart, which he obviously didn't do a very good job of. But yeah, he kind of looks it over. He climbs back down and he yells, "All right, you can move this ore down the track," and you would start moving again, kind of going down the track as you hear the dwarves pulling the cart with the chains attached to them. So, more new areas.
Getting a little tour.
So this area. Moment. It's not giving vision. Oh wait, I think I see.
I see a bridge.
Oh, yeah, I got
Oh, there we go. I see something.
the tower.
All right, so you can all see now, right?
Yeah.
So this, you were kind of brought out of the cave into just this huge hall. You would see like a bunch of houses in a hall with these large stone archways. The ceiling in this place, you would guess, is like 50 or so feet high. It's enormous. And the carts are being moved along the street underneath this archway. And a large forge looms
They're about to dump us in lava, guys.
above you, or up in front of you. The carts are kind of wheeled into a holding area with a bunch of other carts. You would hear dwarves working. You would definitely feel a lot of heat, as you would see kind of like these smelting areas where the ore is being processed and dumped, and they're using it to create ingots, basically. But yeah, they would pull you into here and kind of unchain the chains on their belt and just leave you in this yard full of ore carts. What do you want to do? Do you think you're inside the main city?
Will it be like are there any like walls or barriers or anything like around this holding area?
No, it's kind of like out in the yard, like next to the street. So you would see like basically town guards kind of walking around, keeping an eye on things, but you don't see too many people out on the street in this area. You also would notice there are a couple of giants in the forge, but no one close to where you are. In the distance, you would see some light and giants.
Does anyone seem to be using the ore, like collecting ore out of carts and doing things with it at this moment?
Not at the moment. It seems more like you're just in a little holding area. You imagine at some point they're going to come wheel the carts in. Maybe one of the giants would push it in, but at this point, no. You're just kind of sitting here.
I would whisper to the group, do you think we could climb out now?
Boulder Bottoms is
these rocks being in my back.
Yeah, we've been sitting in rocks for hours, but we are in the city.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and if we start, are we gonna climb out, guys? Do we think we're gonna try that?
That's my plan.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the stealth, the level 4 stealth advantage for Arapel, Chomsky, and Melon.
Yeah.
All right.
I still think we go, like, instead of us trying to see, we have to go talk to someone, show this thing, and then then we can work.
Yeah, but we don't want to be seen getting out of the mine part.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Casting, I would try to interrupt her and say it might be easier to concoct a story than try
Well,
to
I was
sneak
just
out.
thinking that we want to get wherever we make ourselves known and see someone and start talking to them and show our emblem. Like, I figured it would be better if we weren't seen coming from the mine carts. Because then it's obvious
Yeah.
we've just snuck in. Whereas if we can sneak away from this forge and then just, I don't know, pop up
I
at
would
one of
again
the.
look at Glenn and say it might be easier to concoct a story if we get in that situation.
Well, I just figured we wanted to go find someone,
But-
but we wanted to make it seem like, yeah, we've just arrived in town, you know, instead of like
I mean,
clearly just
We don't
snuck
want to
in.
get caught climbing out of the cart.
Yeah, that was all. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
intention. Yeah.
I mean, I think the story is that we snuck in. Because, I mean, it's if we
Mm.
tell them that they just let us pass
Are
the
we-
gate, they could easily just go check with the gate guards, and they'll be like,
That's true.
"Fuck no, we didn't."
You
Is
know,
there a
we were hiding from
direction?
giants. It was, are we having this conversation in the car right now?
I assume you're whispering to each other.
Yeah. Lou, are any of the giants, like, is there one direction that, like, if we got out of the carts and moved away from the forge, is there one direction where there aren't any giants in the path?
Oh yeah, so I mean, peeking out of here, the giants are moving around inside the main forge area.
Okay.
Towards the streets, you would just see Dwager, a couple here and there, not too many. Some areas of the streets are lit up, some aren't. You imagine most people down here have dark vision, but they probably still have torches to help them see better for, because dark vision isn't as reliable as normal sight.
And based on the 3 or 4 hours since we first climbed into the carts, what time of day do we think it is?
It is. Did I close my calendar? It is only about 2 p.m.
Okay.
So
All right,
still fairly early.
I'll just follow everyone's lead then. If Chomsky stops me from casting, we'll.
I just hop out.
Alright, so you pull yourself out from under all this ore, kind of hopping out the back of the cart and planting your feet on the street area next to the minecart tracks. Yeah, no one's really in the area to notice you, so I wouldn't even say you have to roll a stealth check.
Shall we move away from the giants?
Agreed. Glenn will hop out.
I don't want them to be the first ones to see us.
I
So
want to pick up a rock and throw it at the giants.
It might
kidding.
be.
I'm kidding.
It might be
they're
best
too
for
far away.
Glenn to actually flag down a Dwagar and
was
begin
just
our
yeah.
conversation. Yeah, instead of just waiting for one of them to call us out, you know?
he takes out the symbol
Take the
that he was
initiative.
given, yeah. Because we need to get to be able to talk to the heads of the 4 families anyway and convince them to rebel somehow. So let's find some Duragar and strike up a
Have
conversation.
that emblem ready.
Yes. He's got it in his right hand, the emblem
Because
that
the initial surprise might raise an alarm before we're able to like show like, hey, look, we're friends. We've got this.
Alright, so are you, one thing you would see, it seems like there is a large concentration of people kind of to the west. You would see that area lit up, and a bunch of dwarves kind of out in the street in front of what you assume is some kind of inn or tavern, drinking and making a bunch of noise.
Let's go.
That's the biggest concentration of people you see in the area. Other than that, it's just guards like walking around.
And it's all Dwagar.
Oh yeah, you only see so far. You've only seen Durger or Dwager.
Durger.
I never know how to say
Raldo.
that word.
Raldo says, "I'll stay hidden nearby. I think it's best they don't see a dwarf with you, regardless."
Gotcha. I think probably it'd be easier just to introduce ourselves to a guard. We find kind of like a lone guard.
Yeah, it's up to you. You want to go and kind of. So you would see a guard to the south. He's kind of leaning against one of the houses, smoking a pipe. You see he has this spear, which actually has a glowing like tip to it, almost like a continual light spell was cast on the tip of his spear. Just
Yeah,
kind of
so-
lighting up the area around him.
I guess Glenn would head towards the guard to the south, if that's the closest one. And as he kind of gets closer, sir, excuse me. And he's got like
Yeah.
in his right hand, like holding up, he's got a symbol. He's got the symbol that
He
Chubby gave
takes
him.
What
he
language?
kind of takes a puff of his pipe. He says, "Who's over there in the dark? Show yourself." And he
Oh,
says,
sir.
"Light up your torch." He starts moving towards you cautiously, putting his hand to his crossbow.
Uslag will light one of her torches.
Hello, friend. See, look, I've got a symbol from my friend, the
He's
guard captain outside.
This is from Jubby.
he's taken by surprise. He says, "Humies and robots? What the hell is going on here? Who are you people?"
Well, we
We
are.
are friends of Jubby's.
He looks over. He says, "Who the fuck is Jubby?"
It's Captain Jubert from the gate outside. He's the guard captain of the gate. My name is Glenn. I am a traveling bard, and I had heard tales of this wonderful hall and its wonderful people, you Durgar, and I wanted to come perform for you. I met, and he kind of tells the story. He met, the captain, was told that, some shit went down, nobody can get in, but he had a really good performance, and
Give
really
me
wants to.
a persuasion.
Okay.
And you can roll one too if you want, Malin. Or not Malin, sorry, Owenheim.
Yeah, well,
So he says, "From outside. How'd you get in here then?" Says they
Well-
already processed you at the gate.
Well, truth be told,
Something like that.
I did make a friend with a fire giant inside the mine, and even then, he
Says,
told me
"My
that it was
ass,
up
you
to
did."
him.
I don't believe that. Fire giants hate your kind. They don't even like us
Our
very
music
much.
that good. Our
I
music
played-
that good.
Yes, I played him a song that changed his mind. He gave us the idea to hide in the mine carts because they weren't letting anybody into the city, unfortunately. And I chose to take the dangerous route and still try to sneak inside the city, and here we are. Hopefully, having a chance to play for you all, and honestly, it doesn't. I thought I'd heard tales that the fire giants and the Durgar lived in, relative harmony, but upon getting here and talking to the captain and everything I've witnessed, it seems like the fire giants treat you guys like crap. It just doesn't seem fair.
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
Disadvantage, all right.
He doesn't seem to believe that you made friends with a fire giant. Alright, he says, no, there's not much harmony between our people. He says, "So wait, are you checked in at the gate or not? You talk a lot, friend."
Well, we snuck past the gate.
He says, "Why would you do that? If you got a pass, you just check yourself in." He says, "All right,
Well-
you're coming down to the station. I'm gonna check this out." He says, "Come with
That's
me."
fine. The guard captain did give us his seal, but he also said that it was also kind of, up to the purview of the captain at the gate whether he really wanted to accept it or not. So we figured,
Yeah.
why not? Why take the chance if we could just hopefully sneak in and reveal ourselves with no hostile intent once we're inside.
He says, "Well, we're gonna have to get this all straightened out. So you're gonna follow
Of
him?"
course. Yes, of course. Whatever we need to do to prove that we are here
All right.
with good intention.
So he leads you to a large barracks building that is also kind of lit up in the southern part of the cave. Bringing you inside, there are a bunch of Dwager in there. Sorry, give me one moment.
Oh, can I get that? Oh, and my guard friend, could I get your name?
Silent type. I like.
Give me a persuasion. He says, friends call me Strigger. You ask a lot of questions, you know that?
Oh, I just wanted to be able to address you properly, Striker.
He says, all right, here we are. So he leads you inside. As I said, there are a bunch of Wager in the building. He says, Captain, we got some unwelcome visitors, or maybe welcome. We haven't figured it out yet. And an older-looking dwarf kind of turns around and walks towards the group. He says, what proof you got that you're supposed to be here, friends? Actually, a lot more polite than the guard before him.
Captain, it's my pleasure to meet someone of your rank. Before we begin, I hope you don't mind. I introduce myself. My name is Glenn.
Says, I do kind of mind, friend. I'd just like to see your papers, please. I've got no time for pleasantries.
The only papers I have is he holds up the symbol that Juberth gave him. I have this from.
Says, you met Juby. Says he's my brother-in-law.
No shit. I became good friends with him. We gave him a concert outside. We played music for several days.
The hell's a concert?
Well, we I'm a traveling bard. We played music and sang songs and had merriment for several days.
You definitely are a half-elf, aren't you? You can't stop talking over there. Give me a persuasion check again.
We love Chubby. He's such a good friend.
What a stud.
What a stud. So he says, well, it's an interesting time for you to visit. Fire giants are kind of pissed off. I'm guessing they didn't approve this. Not that I care that much about what they think.
Well, I'll tell you, Captain, I first came here with the intention, because I had heard grand stories about this amazing hall, and I wanted nothing but to play songs for its inhabitants.
Remarkable acoustics here.
Yes, Fire Giants. Amazing acoustics. I'll never get a chance in my life to play a place like this again. But when I played for your brother-in-law, I saw and heard.
Jesus, kid, there you go talking for hours
things.
Again.
I
he says, all right. So you want to play music for us? That's what I'm hearing here.
Yes, but I also, when I heard from your brother-in-law how the Fire Giants were treating you, I have connections with the Ice Giant tribes in the area, and they are much kinder, it sounds like, than these Fire Giants. And he leans in. I've also come not just to spread merriment and music, but revolution. I would like.
Wow, we're just gonna lay on our cards.
What? What
I
is
would
your?
like
give me an insight check when you say that.
Okay.
Going on the blades in here.
I guess if we're all there, like.
So when you say that, he says, well, go ahead, give me an insight check first. 27. He says, well, let's talk about this music stuff a little bit more. As he kind of looks around at the other dwarves in the room who are kind of listening into this. He grabs you by the belt and kind of starts pulling you towards one of the side rooms.
Of course, let us discuss the details of our arrangements with the music.
You get some insights about him, which I will add to his sheets. Yeah, he pulls you into a side room. He says, you must be out of your goddamn mind. He says, no one here loves the giants, but you don't talk about revolution in front of everyone. Keep your mouth shut about that shit. And you gain some more insight. He says, look, revolution, fire giants are not someone you fuck with, boy. they'll kill us all. He says, there's a lot of us, but they'll just step on us. He says, it's already a delicate balance in this city. We just do our best to keep our heads down and not get killed by them.
Well, that's why we're here. What if I had this same conversation with your brother-in-law? What if we could tip the scales much more favorably into your side? We were able to deal with the ice giant threat, the tribes they were warring with, and gain their friendship.
And we destroy a group of 7 fire giants,
Yes.
including an overlord.
He told
Wait, what
me,
did you say?
Well, I can I talk to him, or like I don't have the ability to. Right?
Well, what were you speaking in, Glenn?
Dwarvish.
Okay, so if you don't speak Dwarvish, you probably wouldn't know what they're saying. If
Okay, that's a
you
good point.
you could try talking to him in Common, he might understand it. A lot of people do. If you want to try to say something to him,
Yeah.
You know, common.
he says, with an accent, "Indeed, I do know Common.
Okay, that's
Most
much,
of us do." He says, it's still a language spoken in the deep, so people here deal with traders, which helps us when we speak Common. Not all of us do, but many of us do.
Oh, perfect.
Well, look, we're putting our cards, definitely, quite on the table. Yes, we wanted to do the concert, but the
He
fire
says,
giants, we're accustomed to them. We took down a group of them, not too long ago, and with some, ice giant friends, this little arrangement of theirs could get flipped on their heads quite easily.
He says, well, you certainly did lay your cards on the table. 2 minutes into my office and you're talking about music and revolution. If it's true that you're able to fight the fire giants, that could certainly come in handy, but you gotta understand there's quite a few of them. Like I said, not as many as there are of us, but enough that they could probably take you out if they got you surrounded.
True. That is why your brother-in-law told me that the Durgar in here are run by 4 families. Is that right?
Says, yeah, aye. 4 families, each in the 4 outer sectors of the city. You're currently within the Pitchfire sector. The Pitchfires run this sector of the city. The middle sector is what you got to watch out for. The Giants have completely taken over the Great Forge, and that's where most of their forces are.
Well, my plan is if we can get the 4 families to band together in opposition against the fire giants, me and my friends here can take on a considerable amount of fire giants with the firepower at our disposal, and with your help to prevent them from, surrounding us, I think we could overthrow and put your people's position in a much better position, especially for generations to come.
Well, wait, and also it wouldn't just be us. The ice giants also are not friends of the fire giants, and they would be able to bring some force to bear and to dislodge them. So this wouldn't be just a group of bozos that you just met, and all the Dwagar are up against all the fire giants.
So a new group of giants could come in here and take over the place. Because I don't really like the sound of that. He says, look, you're hitting me with a lot here. I just fucking met you. Why don't I just start by approving your papers and giving you certificates to be able to walk around? Maybe you go talk to the Pitchfires and the others. Maybe you convince them to do something, but I can't really help you much myself. I'm just a simple guard captain. I got no power besides keeping the peace.
Friend, I have one more request to ask.
Yeah?
Where's the best food in town?
Says, oh. Probably, if you go north to the Forge's Fancy, old Bone Buckle has some pretty good food over there.
Oh yeah, what's his best dish? What should I get there? I always love trying new foods.
He says, "You're a gnome, right?"
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. I don't see many gnomes or dwarfs. Uh, what's that armor you're wearing? Where's that from? Looks interesting. In fact, I noticed several of you are also warforged.
Yes.
It says you're all from the surface, from the Empire, or somewhere else.
Many of us are from the surface, from the Empire up above. But yeah.
So he's gonna.
I am quite skilled smith. I always love learning new techniques and appreciate sharing my skills and teachings with others.
He nods. He looks over at Arapel and he says, "What style of warforged are you? I recognize some of the markings on you from an earlier cycle, just out of curiosity."
Yes, I am a product of a master artificer of Bright Mantle Academy.
He says, "Dwarven?"
Affirmative.
I thought so. Though I haven't seen that style. Usually it's more in the style of this one, and he kind of knocks on Hohenheim's shin. He says,
I was not constructed in the current cycle.
He says, "You know what cycle you were from?"
12.
As well, I don't think any of the constructs or any of the warforged are from the current cycle. They can't make them anymore. So at this point, you probably get some more insight on this guy.
Yeah, I was surprised, because some of the people we've encountered, don't even know the word Warforged. So he seems to actually have a little bit of history.
He knocks on me. Can I look at him inquisitively and then knock on him back?
Did he knock on us?
He knocked on his
knocked
shin.
on me like this one.
Yeah, so you're starting to get the feeling like this guy is a little bit into history. But what do you mean knock on him? Like you gonna bend over and wrap your knuckle on him or something?
Yeah, just real light, just like he did to me, to see if it clanks or whatever he did, real light. I just kind of do it back to him, to his fleshy shoulder, and just see what he does.
Oh, he's wearing pretty much all plate armher.
Well, then I just tap the plate
It's
armor.
probably about the
Ding,
same
ding,
thing as
yeah.
him tapping on you.
Yeah, it makes similar sound. He doesn't seem like he really cares, but he says, "That's interesting. Just haven't seen too many warforged come through here. Only a couple. Seem like nice folk. And yeah, like I said, all of them are pretty much from other cycles. But yeah, let me get your paperwork approved. You all probably have concerts to do or whatever." And he takes the note, or go ahead.
We heard rumors of another group of surface people or somebody pissing the giants off. Do you know anything of that?
Oh, and he is speaking in common now, by the way, just so you would all know what he's saying. He says, yeah, there was he says there was a bit of a heist recently. Some stuff was stolen from the mine areas, and it's got the giants kind of riled up. He says, "Any of you familiar with the Three Kings?" History might tell you something.
The Three Kings of Orient?
He says, "I don't know. I just know something. There's some group down here calling themselves the Three Kings." Actually, yeah, history, or if you have a background in criminal activity, you can make a roll on this.
What's a criminal activity roll? History as well?
It would just be intelligence based with proficiency.
Okay. So that would be a +5 to this roll.
Okay. Yeah. So you have actually heard of the Three Kings. They are a pretty infamous group of heisters who like to break into impenetrable places and steal things. They're pretty well known throughout the land. They even have a bunch of songs written about them.
Oh, in that case, Glenn might know of them, or at least some of their songs.
He might, but I didn't see a roll from him.
Oh no, I was just observing.
I just look.
Yeah.
I look at Glenn. I say,
Yeah.
I can teach you songs, friend.
Glenn fell asleep. He's sleeping.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you, Glenn, give me an in check. You might know about these people.
Just straight intelligence.
You can use your proficiency as well. It'd be basically like a history check if you have a criminal background.
I mean, I do have a spy background, so.
Yeah, that would work as well.
So, what would I roll then exactly? Sorry.
Intelligence and proficiency.
Okay, so int plus 5. Okay, 1d20 plus up.
All right, 15. Yeah, you've heard of them. You don't know, like Hohenheim, you don't know too much about them. You believe it consists of 2 women and a man is their group, but you don't know much about them individually. They're pretty famous for stealing stuff from, like I said, kind of impenetrable places, and there's quite a few like powerful people who are looking for them. They've got a bounty on their heads and everything. But anyway, the captain would come back with your paperwork and say, this should give you access to roam the Pitchfire area of the city. If you want to get into the others, you're probably going to have to talk to the guards over there. Most likely they'll let you through, but they might hassle you, maybe ask for a bribe. Just to warn you, these papers won't protect you from fire giants. They will still probably attack you on sight, so stay away from them. They don't like surface dwellers.
Of course, thank you.
Do you know what the 3 Kings stole, friend?
He says, I don't know much about what was stolen. It happened up in the mine area. It's just what got the giants all riled up. Sorry.
Is that why all carts were being checked?
Might be part of it. I know that from what I heard, they're not letting people in or out right now. So maybe they're taking a look at the ore that comes in as well.
Is that
Yeah,
why
it seems
gate
really
guards
interesting.
were checking as well?
Sorry, what did you ask him?
Is that why gate guards are checking as well?
He says, yeah, probably. I mean, we're trying to keep up the visage that we're high security right now, just to keep the giants happy. He says,
Erica,
but
what were you gonna ask?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did.
all right. So yeah,
I said something, but it doesn't matter anymore.
all right. So yeah, what do you all want to do? He gives you your papers and says, anything else you all need?
I say,
Any
thank you,
place we should
friend.
avoid?
Lodging.
And I hand him a gold coin.
They'll take the gold coin and nod. Food and lodging, probably the same as I said. Forge is fancy if you go northwest to
Amazon.
here. He says, yeah, they got food, they got lodging. There's also a couple other spots. If you go north of Forge is fancy, I think there's some smaller kind of bed and breakfast areas.
Glenn leans in and he whispers to the guard captain, "Hey, do you guys have any brothels down here?"
Says, of course, the same place. You'll find people working there.
He gives him a thumbs up. Thank you, good sir.
All right. So yeah, what do you? Were you saying something, Carly? I feel like I cut you off.
I asked if there was anywhere besides the forge that we should avoid to avoid fire giants.
Says Forge is probably where you'll find most of them doing their usual work. After they finish there towards the evening, they head to the center of the city. So during the evenings, you might want to avoid those tunnels. Other than that, just if you go to the center of the city, which you're going to have to if you're going to go to the other sections, just be careful because that's where they're all kind of congregated. If any alarms go off, they usually come running too. So try not to cause trouble. My guards are gonna know. They'll know about you, so you should be okay in the Pitchfire section. But if you sneak around in other areas, that could be dangerous. So, yeah. just keep an eye out. Keep your nose clean. You should be fine. Yeah, and stay away from the giants.
Sounds good.
All right. So what do you want to do?
Shall we proceed to this Forge's Fancy and attempt to make contacts? Or do we have another plan?
Where there's also the inn, we could find
Yeah.
a place to like lay low. if
Well,
we
that's-
need to.
What's our goal here, friends?
We need to
Besides-
get an audience with the head of the family in this area.
The pitch fire?
Yes. And convince them to join in the revolution.
I feel like
I thought our big
inns are
goal
probably
was
good
to.
places to start
Yeah.
revolutions.
I don't disagree. We want to get past through all of this, don't we? We want safe passage.
Mhm. Right,
So,
we're
might
trying to get
be-
through the city.
Well, we're trying to get to Royal Falls, right?
So I'll say, yeah, like as you're walking out of the barracks, you kind of start talking about this stuff. Boulder Bottom is kind of laying low in the streets. You would like probably see him motion to you from an alleyway.
Boulder Bottom.
So he
I
says,
will go
"Come
over
here."
to him.
He says, "So what's the plan? Are we good to walk around here?"
Yes, we have papers and everything.
He says, "Oh, all right, good. Well, we're in the city now. If we want, I can try to bring you to the way through. An old ruin in the center of the city. We'd have to kind of sneak through the Great Forge area, which is where the giants are. But yeah, once we get through there, I can bring you down into the caves we need to be in. That's what we're doing, right?"
Yes.
I mean, personally, I
Uh,
wanted to start a revolution, but I guess we could skip to that part.
and play a rock concert.
Yes,
Everything,
and play a rock
but continue.
Well,
with
He kind of looks at
We
you
wouldn't have to
strangely.
sneak through the giants if we start a revolution through
Yeah.
music.
It does seem
And-
like
and-
a very complicated plan, but
And we do want
That's
to wait till
true.
the giants have left for the evening. If they leave it completely unguarded, I don't think probably not.
oh, they don't leave that
Well, I
area
thought
unguarded. They leave the
area
yeah, they
during
go
the evening,
they go
so it
over
might be
there.
best to go sneak through there, if or during the day while they're working their shifts.
Boulder Bottom says, "Well, if you're going to be starting a revolution, I don't think I'm going to be much help in that area, but I'm fine
Are
to."
you joking? Have you heard your voice?
He says, "Yeah, I
You could
have.
definitely be a backup singer.
I don't think that's going to happen." He says, "All right, well, where are we going now?" As he takes like one of the papers that they gave you.
Food and drink, I say.
And you sure they're not going to skin us or try to kill us?
Oh, we should be fine.
You know, being sure of something is, yeah, we'll be good. We got Glenn. You've seen that guy talk before.
Nods. He says, I suppose that's true. All right, so you're heading over to the inn? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, as I said, this area is kind of just crawling with Dwergar. Drinking, laughing, like gambling. As you approach, you definitely draw a bunch of looks, and the crowd kind of goes quiet, all kind of watching you approach. And you hear someone say, "Yumis." And what are those? Some sort of statues? You hear a couple of growls come from the crowd. What do you want to do?
Well,
This sounds like a song.
I go
around
nudge Glenn.
this next round for everybody's on this Humi, and he points to himself. Round for everybody.
They all kind of look at each other. There's a bit of an uncomfortable silence, and then one of them goes, yeah, and they all kind of jump in, yeah, and they all
Yeah.
start going and ordering drinks like crazy. As the bartender kind of looks over at you and kind of motions for you to come over.
Yeah, he walks
Uh,
over. Hello, good sir.
So, what is it? This will just look something up. This will require you to live aristocratic today because you're gonna have to spend a bunch of money.
If we're all
That's fine.
pitching in for it.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's just kind of
I mean, I
for the
would.
downtime. But yeah, okay. So you're basically paying for everyone. The Dwager drinking a bunch. There's a couple of deep gnomes in the crowd as well. You even notice a drow who's kind of sitting off by himself drinking. But yeah, the crowd seems to be very happy that you bought them all drinks. So they're kind of leaving you alone as well as maybe talking to you a little.
I love dwarves. Making friends with like dwarven kind of people is like the easiest thing in the world.
Just buy them booze.
Is there
Yeah.
a stage?
Yeah, there's like a kind of a stage area. Looks
Is
like
it occupied?
not currently.
Oh, opportunity.
Haha, you don't have to tell me twice.
Go game,
Glenn
Tiger.
grabs his cittern and he jumps on the stage.
The
Ladies and
Humi's gonna
gentlemen,
sing in Dwarven. Yeah, you gotta sing in Dwarven.
And he starts speaking in Dwarvish. Allow me to sing you about
Oh, he actually speaks Dwarven.
of a brave and valiant Dwager.
Yeah.
And he sings this kind of like somber ballad about a lone Dwager who they never said was gonna make anything of himself except just being able to mine the simplest materials. But then he struck it rich. He found a vein of precious materials and he worked his way up, and then he became rich, and everybody loves him now.
What's the mood of this song?
It kind of starts off somber, because it's about a Dwager that, is an underdog, but it kind of becomes more uplifting because it's an underdog. It's an underdog story. It's Rocky. I'm telling the
Alright.
story of Dwager Rocky.
Give me a performance. As
Okay.
Hohenheim's doing illusions to assist you.
And
Uh,
like more so like the backup music.
Alright, so
I'm
yeah,
still on tambourine.
you're on tambourine.
Or not
Little bit-
tambourine,
little bit of
maracas.
drums.
We said maracas, yeah.
All right, Glenn.
Yeah, I got a little bit of drums.
Go.
Slog's just pretending to be a bouncer.
He almost crit. That would have been funny.
Alright, so the crowd's getting into it. They're like, yeah, Rocky, and some guy like throws his drink and a couple of guys start fighting. But everyone's having a great time. What is the rest of the group doing? Is he's are you all up there performing or?
Oh no, Slog's pretending she's like a bouncer.
He's band
Yeah, well-
security.
Really, the
Yeah.
security.
This is actually out in kind of the front. Like the Forge's Fancy is interesting because the bar is outside along with like where they cook everything. So it's like kind of out in the front yard with a bunch of like lights around and like the stove is out there and there's like a bunch of steam and smoke coming off it as they're cooking up food. And everyone's like cheering and chanting and a bunch of them are fighting now. But yeah, they are definitely fans of the song as you have the crowd pretty pumped up with that underdog story. You would end the song and there's a bunch of clapping and cheering and yeah, everyone seems happy.
Who wants a proper fighting and drinking song now?
Says, I'll punch you in the face, one of them yells. Give me another song.
He basically starts playing like Dwager Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting by Elton John.
All right.
Like
So
real upbeat, like just want to go out and kick some ass.
yeah.
Type of song on a Saturday night.
So is anyone else in the group doing anything as you all are kind of getting the crowd on your side and time is passing? Or are you just
I
gonna...
would talk to Bone Buckle, order some food from Bone Buckle for Uthar and Glenn and myself.
All right, so you go over to one of the dwarves and I guess ask where Bone Buckle is, he would point over kind of off to the side at this older looking dwarf who's kind of near like the front door of the establishment, who's kind of been watching everything. He is kind of sitting there by himself, like writing in his, looks like a logbook or something, just kind of watching everything. So you walk over to him, and he says, you must be one of those new visitors. And you could tell he's a little bit drunk. Like he's been partaking in the bar a little bit.
Oh, which new visitors? I do
Says
hope
the
the ones on stage.
fucking
Are there other?
fucking surface dwellers. Yeah, the ones you guys playing the music. You're with them, right?
Yes. I
Oh,
was
That's
swear.
our band name. We're the fucking surface dwellers.
That's our new band name. He says, are you looking for a room or what do you want?
Food and room. I've heard that you have some delicious food here.
He says, yeah, we do. We got some good stuff. I don't know if it's to your tastes, but hopefully it is. He says, how many rooms you need? One for each?
I'll say 5 rooms, yeah.
Nods and basically like collects the money from you and slides you the keys. He says, here you go. Oh, you want some of my more fancy rooms or just run of the mill? What are you looking for?
Oh, how
Says,
much
'cause
are the
that,
fancy ones?
The forge is fancy. We got fancy. And he gives you a wink. It's basically like depending on what lifestyle you're living, your
Well, if we're already living
expenses.
aristocratic because of all the drinks, so.
Well, Glenn is. Glenn has to because of buying everyone drinks, but the rest of you can live however you want.
Chomsky, you would know that Arapel never needs his own room because he doesn't use the bed.
Cool, and I assume the same for Hohenheim. So I guess we only need 4 rooms.
All right. So yeah, he'll get you some
And-
keys, and you kind of figure
that
out how
one-
fancy it is depending on like what
That
you're.
one up there likes the penthouse, but I'm fine with the step below aristocratic.
He nods and says, "All right. Well, I got some good rooms for you then." And yeah, he gives you the keys, and he says,
Thank you.
any other services you're looking for?"
Oh, not right now. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Says,
Thank you for everything.
all right. Well, enjoy yourselves and don't break anything. It's like seems like you're already getting fights started in the yard, so I guess that's something. Give me a persuasion check.
Figured now's not the. Well, maybe now is the time.
16. All right, so yeah, he just kind of nods to you and goes back to his book.
Have there been? We heard something about the 3 kings. You know anything about that story?
It's like, yeah, those are some criminals or criminals or something, right?
Yeah. Do you know? We heard that they heisted something from the Giants, but haven't heard what it is. But it really pissed the Giants off.
Says I spend all day at my desk here. You think I know anything?
Do you see all the people here? I imagine you're here quite a bit.
He says, well, I haven't heard anything about no 3 kings. He says, you might want to speak to some of the mercenaries around the bar. They might know something.
That dark elf in the corner, you know them? Are they new to the area?
Yeah, I know that guy. He's kind of an asshole. I don't talk to him much.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You know, elves fucking think they're better than everyone.
I mean, you
Assholes.
see the one on stage.
Says what? Your friend?
Oh yeah.
I assumed he was an
Quite a
asshole
talker.
too. They're all assholes.
Rock stars.
You should try to get some sunlight. Might put you in a better mood.
I guess I thought Glenn was human. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you would
I am a half elf, so you would be half correct.
you would kind of pick up on something.
Only half an asshole.
Half an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Grumpy.
But yeah, he just kind of goes back to his papers.
Cool. So yeah, great. Thank you.
Alright, so what do you want to do? Everyone seems pretty into the music. People are, like I said, there's some fighting going on. There's some cheers. People are drinking. Pretty much your standard day at the
So-
Forge is fancy.
Between sets, when Glenn, takes some refreshment, Eripa would suggest, like, perhaps you could plant seeds among these new fans. Plant seeds of
So I'll say it's
your
about
desire
3 o'clock
to-
right now.
do a big concert down here, if that's still your goal.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Do we want to draw more attention to ourselves?
I just meant it would be more likely for the
Just
concert
laugh.
to take place if you have more people that are fans and are
I'm on
wanting it
board.
and looking forward to it. I don't know. That,
Yeah,
if
that would
that,
have just been Newsdog saying that. Like,
Alright, so
Yeah,
you
everyone's just like, I didn't come here for any grand reason. This seemed right. I came here to rock.
just came here to rock. So yeah, does the group want to do anything, or shall I just kind of pass time? I assume that
kinda wanna talk to some of the
Professor
residents.
Chomsky, you gave the keys out, right, for the rooms?
Yeah, and then I would
Okay.
also give Uslag food and say Uslag,
Yeah.
Bum Buckle's pretty cranky. Didn't seem to know much,
Nice.
but there seem to be some characters here.
My kind of guy.
You look at all these assholes. Yeah, those are fucking assholes. Yeah.
Might we want to talk to people? I mean, I'm not sure if we're still interested in sneaking through quickly, but maybe some people around here might be able to help us, or just in general.
I would like
Give
to
us
know more
something
about
to do.
these other surface dwellers. Look at me already talking like I've been down here for a while.
Yeah, who are these other surface dwellers?
Which anyone stood out to him?
So I would point out the Dark Elf. Bumbuckle said is a jackass. The gnomes, Bumbuckle also said they're jackasses. And then everybody else in here, Bumbuckle suggested we don't talk to, and they're a bunch of jackasses.
Everyone's okay.
And you were pretty sure he was drunk, or at least very tipsy.
And yeah, Bumbuckle's also tipsy, so I don't know if you have information you might want to get out of him while his walls are slightly down, or he's very inebriated. Or Malin, or
He actually
Hohenheim.
called everyone
Right.
assholes, but I think I like jackass better, so we'll say he called everyone jackasses. That's more like a grumpy old man thing to say. Freaking jackasses.
Jackass.
You jackass.
Who's not performing right now? Is it just
Me,
me and Chelsea?
you.
I'm not
Yeah,
performing.
Malin.
I'm bound to be the bouncer with you.
Yeah, Malin's just kind of hanging out, looking tough.
All of the like least charismatic ones are left to talk to all of the people in the bar.
Alright, well, how long are you going to be playing songs for, Glenn?
Probably like what time
All
is it
night.
now?
All night.
Oh, you've been playing for about an hour. It's about 3, I believe. Yeah, it's about
I'll
3
play
o'clock.
for- I'll probably play for a couple more hours and then try and maybe mingle and get some information.
Alright, so you continue playing, and yeah, I'll say, you said like another hour or so.
Yeah, another hour or two, and then start mingling.
Alright,
I
so
kind of just kind of wandered through the crowd a little bit, see if I can pick up any conversations that might be happening.
Yeah, I'll do that also.
sure. So
All
what are
three of
your
us are.
What are your passive perceptions? Let's see.
If I'm listening, I have advantage. So
21.
15.
21, 16, and 15. Looks like.
Yeah, advantage with if I'm trying to listen on something.
All right, so I mean, a lot of these guys are drunk. They're mostly. It sounds like a lot of them are kind of off duty. Well, not a lot of them, but there are some off duty town guards. There are some merchants. Some of them are talking about the caravan that came from the deep a couple of weeks ago. There's a lot of political talk as well. Let's see. You would get the feeling, kind of a lot of things that you thought of are kind of confirmed, like the giants are not well liked by the dwarves. It also sounds like the Pitchfire family is in a bit of contention with the Deep Axe family. Apparently there's been some scuffles between their soldiers. They are the western sector of the city. But apparently, yeah, like there's been a lot of fighting between their
we
soldiers. Not that they're like killing each other. Yeah, you're southern, or at least the Pitchfire is the southern quadrant. Yeah, like not like they're at war or anything, but apparently there's like an unease between them. Goes beyond rivalry, like some bad blood. You don't know why. You don't get much of a sense of why, but you hear a lot of talks of fighting and just general like disliking of the western quadrant of the city. And that's mostly what you'd be hearing, just like political stuff. So Glenn, you finish your songs to a thunderous applause. Everyone is well. Give me one more performance check.
Alright.
Let's
you're-
see how
Yeah.
thunderous the applause is.
Yeah, so everyone is definitely into the music. You're getting a lot of compliments. People are giving you some coin. What do you want to do now that you're finished? It's probably about 4 o'clock.
Well, I'd like to start talking to some of the people. I'd like to learn more about, kind of the inner workings of the city, and slowly kind of like ease my way into learning more about the politics, the head of the family in this area.
All right, give me a persuasion. So a couple of the dwarves tell you that, yeah, the Pitchfires run this area. The one in charge of the family is a dwarf by the name of Osmorn Pitchfire. He is not a very nice guy, but it sounds like he does have a keen interest in business and also has no love for the giants. Much like many of the people of the southern quadrant, because they have to deal with a lot of giants going through the mines. It sounds like they,
Okay.
yeah. This quadrant in particular is probably the most anti-giant.
All right, so I can't
We
get
came
them
to the
on
right
my
place.
side. Yeah, if I can't get them on my side, I can't get anybody. Could I? Does anybody know, like, if it's easy to meet with the leader? Does you need like an appointment? Or...
Ozzy. Or we're gonna call him Ozzy.
Ozzy. So the easiest way would probably be to try to get an appointment with him, like maybe send a missive to his house and just have them respond. But you'd probably try. You'd have to have a good reason for him to want to talk to you.
Well, you know.
So you couldn't just be like, "Hey, I want to chat." Like they'd probably just tell you to fuck off.
Well,
What are his
We're-
interests? Oh, go
well,
ahead.
hopefully word of mouth would spread that there's an amazing bard here. Maybe I could send him a missive that I would like to play for him and his family.
Are you asking them about that? So yeah, the guy would be
Well, I
like,
guess I
"Well,
would-
you play like an angel, so yeah, I'm sure he'd love to hear you play."
Well, thank you. I guess I would go seek out maybe the bartender, the owner.
The owner.
Yeah, he's drunk. Let me lead you
He's-
to him.
Alright, so you go
Tell you
over
everything.
to old Kezer over there, who is looks like he has a big mug of ale next to him now, as he's kind of holding his head with one arm like on the desk. He looks up.
Ah.
He says,
Phone buckle, I brought you a jackass.
"It's the jackass elf. Hey, I
Hi.
like your
Wow.
music.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Could
What do you want?"
would you be able to send a missive for me? I would be very grateful.
Missive. It's a missive.
A letter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got that service. You just write it up for me, and you leave it with me, and just tell me where you want to go, and we'll send it. Yeah, it's fine.
He would write a letter, basically explaining that he's a surface dweller that has come to play for the lovely people of this hall. And so far, his music has been well received, and he would love to play for him and his family. And he would hand it to him and say, "This is if you could get this delivered to Osmorn Pitchfire."
He goes, "Oh, fancy. You're a Pitchfire family. Yeah, I'll send it over. Not now, but tomorrow."
Oh, of course, thank you.
He says, "Yeah. You have a good night. Oh, are you gonna be around for a while?"
Yes, I should be here for several more days.
He says, "I might want to hire you. You seem to be bringing in quite the crowd."
I would love that. It's been a lovely place to perform for so far. So, I would love to.
It's good to hear. I appreciate that, jackass. Sorry, wait.
Sure.
You have a name? What's your name?
Yes, my name is Glenn.
Glenn. Okay, Glenn. I assume you don't like you
formal
okay with me
title is
calling you jackass? You seem like you're cool. You're cool, right? You smoke?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Where's your pipe?
He pulls out his pipe.
And Kezer would pull out some root or some it looks like maybe some kind of root or herb mixture, and just pass you some. He says, let's see how strong your gut is."
He lights it up and he takes a deep inhale.
Give me a con save.
Oh boy, okay.
Ooh, that's strong. You almost just start coughing violently, but instead you just kind of do a little bit of a maybe hiccup as the smoke what makes its way through your body, followed by a very nice high. And he says, that's impressive. I was almost sure you'd start coughing."
Almost. But
He says, "I like you,
What is
jackass."
this substance? I'm inquisitive. What is this, Glenn?
this is the stickiest of the icky, my friend.
Would you care if I try, jackass?
I'm gonna kill all of you. I mean, yeah, sure.
I take it and take a deep inhale with Glenn too.
Kezer would whisper, Am I fucked up, or is that a statue?"
I've seen that right.
You are fucked up, but yes, it is a statue.
He just
These two
stares.
things are not
He just
mutually
kind of
exclusive.
stares
They're
wide-eyed at Hohenheim as he's like staring at the drugs, the weed.
I'm actually a very powerful magician. I breathed magic into him.
Give me a deception.
So what does he see if I rolled a 27 for the con save when I hit that?
I mean, I don't know. Can you even like inhale smoke? You don't breathe. So you probably just put the pipe in your mouth and stare at it. Nothing would seem to happen.
That's
So
what I do then. 'Cause I'm not trying to
you're just
become
like,
Glenn.
yeah, just kind of standing there. So Kezer's
You
like,
don't
no
really
shit.
like that, Hohenheim.
That's you make statues that can walk around and talk to people.
Yeah, he could even cast magic himself.
And I do
Holy
a little
shit.
prestidigitation and make some floating colors in front of his face.
What's up? He backs up. He's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Put that away.
I immediately put him away. And instead, I cast minor illusion and make another beer up here next to his other mug.
He goes, he's like, oh, I like that better. And what the hell? He puts his hand through it. He's like, that is going to get you kicked out of my establishment, statue. Don't you do that
Sorry,
shit.
jackass.
He's like, no, you're the jackass, brother. Get out of my sight.
But I like you. You're an awesome jackass.
Get out of here. And tell your statue to get.
Sorry, statue, you gotta get.
All right, so
Statue
anyway.
get, and then I turn around and walk away.
All right, so some time is passing as you're all kind of hanging out there. What are you doing? Anything in particular, or do you want to just keep passing time?
Should we go talk to the outcasts? Not to single people out, but we are outcasts, and I don't know why. You know, the deep gnomes. I'm always interested in hearing about the type of candy they make.
We talked to the Dro, or
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I know
the
somebody
drow.
mentioned talking to the drow.
I can talk to him.
I say, I will be back, friends, and then I leave.
Yeah, because Glenn's pretty much done what he wants to do for the night. So
I'm gonna go on a scouting mission.
Wait, you're going out around the city alone, and you're not telling anyone where you're going?
As he's getting away, I would call Hohenheim. Come back here.
I say it's fine, and I just keep walking.
At least let me bring Carl back.
Oh yeah, Carl's
Help me, Hohenheim. Can you help me find a dark alleyway where I can bring Carl back?
Yes, of course.
All right, so
But group, maybe we talk to others while I go wrangle
Alright.
Hohenheim.
split up and search for clues. I mean, split up and go talk to people.
all right, so
Okay.
who are you talking to?
I'll talk to the Dro. It's a dark elf, right?
Yeah, so you kind of go over to the back area where he's sitting. Now he has a lady drow with him, and they're drinking wine. He would look up as you approach and say, I don't really... Or wait, sorry, you're not a human. He would say...
I am still like he has dark vision, right? So he can see through my my hood and see that I have a human face.
So you do look human. He would say, not really interested in talking, surface dweller, as he sees you approaching. Kind of
Why
busy.
the sour face?
And he kind of motions to the lady who's with him. Says, perhaps we could talk later.
You know what? That's very understandable. I'll be back. That's very understandable.
And she would give you a smile as they go back to their discussions. So what are you going to do?
What were the other outcasts there, or?
I mean, there's a bunch of different people. The drow is probably the most interesting. Most of these dwarves look like they are business, like merchants, maybe some laborers, farmers, miners. The only other person of interest would probably be a deep gnome who has what appears to be some sort of device taken apart on his table. And he is kind of tinkering with it. Something as an artificer you would recognize as looks like some kind of wand or a rod, but a mechanical one.
All right.
A Smurf,
like
Smurf Mivlin or a deep gnome.
I feel like me and Chomsky would both be interested in like talking with this deep gnome. So
Are you going to get me real quick?
it's like, yeah, it looks like we got a fellow artificer over there. We want to, have a little chat with him.
Oh. So
I always enjoy it.
as you are talking to Chomsky, one of the dwarves would yell, "Ho! Giants coming!" And in the distance, coming from the forge, you would see a group of fire giants walking towards the forge's fancy. And a bunch of the dwarves like, "Oh shit!" and they start running inside.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Me too.
Yeah.
What's the group gonna do?
Where's
don't
the nearest
know.
cover?
Run inside.
You don't know if they've seen you yet, but they're definitely moving towards the forge's fancy quickly.
We got our
Maybe,
keys,
maybe we
right?
should check out our rooms.
I'm just gonna run to my room.
All right, so you just run inside with the crowd.
I grab
Actually,
the Chomsky and we just book it.
trying to remain unseen. Give me stealth checks with advantage. As Kezer says,
don't wanna be seen.
"Fuck," and he starts turning off all the lights and closing everything up. Uh-oh.
For advantage.
Is this a
Oh.
speakeasy?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're
You're heavy armor.
Oh yeah, this is not gonna be good. This
So
is not
10 is the lowest, I think. So
I will let you cover
So-
for each other, though, so I'll take the 3 highest.
Oh, okay. Then we did okay then.
good.
Alright, so kind of helping each other out to, like, yeah, keep down as you're rushing inside. You manage to get inside and quickly rush up the stairs. Outside, you would hear angry words as, well, now you speak giant, huh?
No.
So it sounds like they are yelling at Bone Buckle, possibly asking him questions. He sounds more sober than you think he would be as he talks to these giants. And a moment later, you would hear them moving off towards the south. But yeah, you could have all gone up to your rooms. That's fine. But yeah, you think they left.
Is the party back on?
At this point, everyone's kind of staying inside because probably they're worried the giants are going to come back.
Did I see where those that deep gnome the deep gnome went? Because I want to talk about making candy.
Oh, it's a 21. You saw him disappear. You would
Like,
guess,
Oh,
like-
Usag, you got that little gem of seeing, right? You got those
Yeah.
magical glasses. You mind
You-
finding that little dude for me?
You also
Yeah.
know that their kind has almost an innate ability to make themselves hard to see. So it could be a few things.
They are also disappearing.
I think Glenn and Chomsky would have noticed it because they have really high perceptions.
Would they say anything?
Yes, I just did.
Okay, well then because you said it, I am going to cast
I got
this
that.
and say I can see all invisible creatures within 60 feet.
All right. If you Revelation in Flesh, is that a cast?
I don't think it's a
It
cast.
is- I can use it as a bonus action, but it's just something I can do.
Yeah, it's not a cast.
So how many sorcery points is that? So wait, are
Just
you
one.
going back outside, or as I thought you all went to your rooms?
If I would assume as we were going up, if he said something, then I would
Oh.
have.
I was gonna go back out and look.
Yeah, I was gonna see if
yeah.
where the draw went also.
All right, yeah, the drow went inside too. So you go back outside. You would see Bone Buckle at the front. He says, "Be careful about moving about. Moving about. The giants could still be in the area." He says they were looking for you, by the way. They were asking me about surface dwellers.
Us specifically, or
He says, "I don't think so. Like I said, they were looking for surface dwellers. They didn't describe you all, but fuck those guys. I don't know those giants jack shit."
my man.
He says, "But yeah, if
They're
you get caught,
jackasses.
don't tell them." Yeah, exactly. They're jackasses. If you get caught, don't tell them you're staying here, though.
Saying where?
Yeah, you seem like you're cool. And he takes a puff of his pipe.
Did they say why they were looking for us? Besides the fact
He
that
says, "No, they were just yelling at me, telling me they were gonna step on me if they found out I seen them and didn't tell them, giant stuff."
We ain't no fucking snitches.
He says, "It didn't seem like you were."
I don't think it's just us specifically. I think it's they're just like
Yeah,
If they,
it seemed like they were looking for
anything
other
or anyone was seen.
colors.
He says, "Well,
Yeah.
if someone reported you, that might be why. Maybe someone looking to make a quick buck. The
Someone in the crowd,
Giants
maybe?
could have been the crowd. Could have been maybe one of them spotted you. You know, those fucking Giants have good eyes. This place was lit up, so maybe they thought they saw you come this way or something. I don't know. Didn't ask. Just tried to get him out of here as soon as possible. I told him that I heard word that there was people seen to the south, so that's where they went."
Okay.
All right. So what do you all want to do?
I guess I'll ask him. Do you know is the Dark Elf staying at your establishment?
Says, yeah, he's got a lady worker with him right now.
I see.
He's
Let's not
having
interrupt that.
he's having a date. I'm guessing they both ran inside. Probably not going to come back out. I don't think anyone is. There's not with giants stomping around.
Do you know what his deal is, or like when he came here? Like,
Give me a persuasion check. He says, don't usually talk too much about my guests unless I know that you know them. You ask him yourself.
fair enough. What room is he at? I'll pay him a visit the next day.
He says, I can't tell you that either, but I will say he usually comes down in the morning. Loves his wine. Drinks a glass in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Sometimes with tea as well.
Much obliged.
Nods. So Hohenheim, if you use your ability, you would see that the Deep Gnome is sitting under the table, still tinkering with his contraption. He is invisible.
Okay. I just go right up to him. I say, "What are you doing,
Oh,
friend?
Jesus fucking
Can I help?"
Christ. He looks up at you and he says, how did you see me?
You were right there."
By
Said, "Wait."
Paler. He wouldn't say Jesus Christ. By Paler. He says, you see invisible?
I
Says,
see you.
The hell are you? He says, you're a Warforged. And he pops out, all interested now. He takes out like his little spectacles and puts them on and starts looking at your leg. He says, who
I
made
kind
you?
of just move it. I move it so he can look at it easier.
I come over as well.
He says, who made you?
I just shrug my shoulders. I don't know.
Oh, and well, you look like a human, right, Malin?
Well, I mean, like, if he has dark vision, he can see my face is still human, but otherwise, the rest of my body's full, like, metal at this point.
So yeah, he seems pretty fascinated with Hohenheim right now. He would say, I've seen a couple of Warforged in the deep, but not too many. Nothing like you before.
I talk to him with Undercommon, and I go, "I can speak this too. Don't know how."
Says, so you know the voice of my people. And he says, are you from the
Is
deep?
that what this is?
As well, it's
I think I spent
underspeech.
time there.
I would
Undercommon.
think I
tap
spent time there.
Hohenheim on the shoulder and whisper, Hohenheim, maybe we invite him back to somewhere more private, like our rooms.
So actually, Glenn, you and Hohenheim. Oh, and Mal. Well, wait, Malin, what is your passive insight 15? Is that right?
Yep.
All right. So the three of you would notice some of his mannerisms seem a little off for a deep gnome. You're not sure what that means, but that's just something you'd notice with your insight. Like he
Okay, I say,
isn't acting exactly like a deep gnome might act in certain ways.
Okay. I
But
say,
yeah,
"Can we go someplace more private so you can inspect me better?"
he says.
That sounded so strange.
He gives you a little bit of a look when you say that. He says,
It's so perfect.
Yeah, sure, why not? He picks up all the pieces of his rod and kind of dumps them in his backpack. He's still invisible. He gets out, kind of looks around. He says, "Giants are gone, right?"
Yeah,
That's why
they.
we're down.
But yeah, stay in. Well, I can't see him, so.
Where are we going? Your room or mine?
Uh,
I say,
ours.
my room? Question mark.
All right,
Yes,
show
yes,
me your
oh,
room.
We're sharing a room.
I look to Master Chomsky, and I just shrug my shoulders like I don't know where we're going.
So,
follow me.
is Arapel there as well?
Yeah.
All right, so now he kind of like sees the rest of you. He says, "Wait, are there 3 Warforged here?
Just wait till I'm. Yeah.
Kind of
What?
Seems to be.
What the hell? Where did all these Warforged come from?" He says, "You guys family or something?" "No, you couldn't be. That one's so small and this one's really big, and I don't know what's going on with that one." Looking at Malin.
Yes, we family. Me
Uh,
not understanding what he's talking about, like just thinking because like we're a good group and I've identified like Master Chomsky as family, so I'm just like, yeah, we're all family.
it's a traveling party.
says, "Oh wait, you were the one playing the music. That's right. Yeah, you're like a half elf, right?" Looking over at Glenn.
Yes, that's right.
He says, "Well, it's nice to meet you. My name is, He kind of pauses for a second. Give me an insight.
Like an
All of us,
active
or
insight?
Yeah, actually, you can all give me an active insight on that. His pause was very odd, almost like he was thinking of a name, and he says, "Uthwen."
is that really your name?
Yes.
Why you pause again?
He's like,
Well, let's go inside. We can have a more detailed
yeah,
conversation. Yeah. Let's, we can. It's okay.
I'm interested in what you're tinkering with there.
"Oh, that's my rod. It's what I use for my magic. Don't tell anyone about it."
Can I see your
No
rod?
problem.
He says, "Not out here.
no.
I'll show it to you in
Let's
my
take
room."
Let's take it to the room.
I would love to
This
see your
is-
rod in the room.
This is.
It's just,
It's not
I'm
weird.
just not understanding at all.
There's no knowledge of what's it called? Innuendo. All right, so you go up to the room. Are you all going, or is this just the two of them?
I was going to unlock the room and be there and talk, and I'd invite the entire group.
All right, so he, as he gets to your room, Hohenheim, he starts examining you much more closer. He's like, "Oh, fascinating. I recognize some of these markings. Are these dwarven?"
I
Or
thought
wait.
Elvish, but maybe.
"Oh no, I think you're right. I think these are elvish. Interesting.
You probably know more than me.
I know
Can you tell me something about me?
this one is dwarven, right?" Pointing at Arapel.
That is correct.
He says, your speech is strange. What cycle are you from?"
The previous cycle, 12th.
He says, "Do you know who your creator was?
I do.
Well, what was his name? Or her name? I shouldn't assume."
Shut up. Brawnbeard, I think? No, I'm mixing up the
Ironholm?
people. Might have been Ironholm.
That was in your last one I read today.
Yeah, he was.
He says, "Ironholm. Why is that name familiar?"
He was a master artificer of Brightmantle Academy in Valenbro.
He says, "Oh, okay. Maybe I have read about him. It sounds very familiar." He says, I do a bit of history studies as well as tinkering.
Dane Ironholm, yeah. Brawnbeard was someone else from the backstory.
He looks at
I
Malin.
literally wrote this like 4 years ago.
Says,
Backstory.
"What about you? Why do you have a skin face? That looks weird. I've never seen anything like you before.
Sorry, is he talking to me?
Yeah, he turned towards you. He says, "Why
No,
does
this
why
is-
does your face look like it has skin on it?"
Well, it is. I am still human.
He says, "You are part human, part warforged.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be painful, grafting skin onto stone?"
No, I started off.
He goes and
human,
like
then,
starts poking your chin.
I started. Cut that out. That's. I started off human, and then, well, I had to get some parts replaced. No less painful though.
He says, some sort of battle injury, or was
Yeah.
it, or did you replace them just to become a warforged?"
No. From what I could tell, my master recovered me in much less whole than I am, and helped reconstitute me.
How fascinating! I've never heard of a warforged being grafted together with a humanoid. There are rumors that spirits can be grafted onto warforged, but I've never heard of flesh and stone being melded. It's very interesting. I should look into that. Thinking, I would imagine having stone legs and arms would make my work a lot easier in some ways. Yes, indeed. So he seems a little distracted in thought for a moment, but then he comes to and says, "So, what are you all doing here within the city? I heard your one friend playing. He seems very skilled, but what about the rest of you? Are you some kind of mercenary group, or this is a very dangerous place to be, you know?"
If Uslag activates her gem of seeing, does she see any? Yeah,
Could
sorry.
Yeah, we were
you
talking about it in the chat on the side.
link the gem of seeing?
I mean, I don't have the link, but
It gives us true
All
sight,
right.
Yeah.
so it lets you see through illusions
I guess I can put
or detect
sight as
illusions.
like a spell.
Here,
on
I can just look it up really quick. Gem of seeing. Alright, so use a charge. Oh, well, let me see what True Sight does. Exactly.
what you're seeing.
See invisible, automatically detect visual illusions. Succeed on saving throws against them. Alright, so as you activate this gem, looking at the gnome, you would see something interesting. Give me one moment.
It's actually a demon.
It's actually a fire giant.
Did someone say demon? I'm gonna get excited again.
It's Meatloaf.
It's a good thing we're showing rods in the room. Why you get excited?
Sorry, I just have to hide some stuff here. So yeah, you look at this person, and they look much different through the gem. It seems to be a human Raylan woman.
Okay.
She's part of the Three King.
I will nudge Chomsky and like gesture to like step out of the room for a second, just so I could.
All right, and with that, we
don't
have to
our- we
end
don't have
here
our-
because
we
it
don't
is
have our mental
8:30.
Uh,
So
Ooh.
let's do MVP
Nice.
votes, and we can deal with this development next week. Wait, why did you say ooh Uslog? Do you recognize the
What?
picture or something?
Oh, I didn't say that. That was Mary.
Miriam
I
said
think
ooh,
people
and
keep-
yes,
Oh.
I recognize the picture.
Today's the day.
People keep
We've been
mixing up our
conflating these
voice.
both.
Yeah, I guess I'm just mixing up the voices too now. Alright, I think I need one more person. Oh, there it is. Glenn, with 3 votes, you were MVP. It was close.
Thank you.
Good game, everyone.
Good.
Good game.
Yeah, we had so few options in that whole like sneaking in the mine carts, keeping the giant silent. Like there was like we didn't have a lot of options. If it hadn't been for you, I don't know how we would have
I
done
mean,
that.
can you imagine like we decide to actually like
You
do,
could
like,
have
a full
fought
skill
all your
invasion?
way through. I mean, that
Yeah,
probably would have
but-
worked too. That would have taken a lot longer and been more dangerous. Also, the city would be on like full alert now. Like the giants would be like way more looking for you. But yeah, no, you guys did pretty well. There was some close calls there. I thought
That
for
one
sure
was-
they were gonna raise the alarm.
I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Panic, panic. This is fine.
All right, I'm taking some notes, but yeah, good game, everyone.
Good game, guys. I am
Yeah.
off for
Yeah.
the night. I'm exhausted.
Take care.
I work. You
Yeah.
know.
You as well.
Night, guys.
That guy's
Night.
Peace.
See you next-
Good night.
Oh, yeah, fun time tonight. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, glad you had fun.
But I'm heading out as well.
Yeah.
See y'all
Good
later.
night, guys. Bye.
Good night. Thank you, Lou.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good weekend.
You as well.